Hi.
Going live.
I was getting ready.
Yeah, apparently it's not YouTube appropriate. It's only Instagram appropriate.
I'm not saying it's not appropriate.
Sorry, YouTube.
I should change our name. We're not Hobo Chili Recipe today. How do I change it? I forget.
I have no idea.
I forget.
Excuse me. Oh, Ty, just hardcore me wheezing in the background.
What else is new?
Mombacho Diplomatico. That's what's new tonight. And I'm excited. I'm excited for rum, believe it or not. And I have people messaging me.
Say that again.
Yep.
No, repeat yourself. What'd you say?
I'm excited for this rum. What? Yep. And to prove that I didn't switch it out with Lacheg, I'm pouring it.
Let me smell. Yeah, that's
all
rum.
right.
That's rum.
It's rum. So it's real.
Hey, our rum sniper's here. The guy that was able to get this for me.
No way. Kyle Worth?
Yeah, that's him, yeah.
Hashtag.
He's using his
No,
real
you're
name.
worth.
Dangerous.
Yeah. Hashtag. You're worth it. Hashtag. We're worth it too. Great last name, man. Love it.
Remember fucking Wayne's World? We are not worthy. We are not worthy. Who was it? Alice Cooper? I forget. Someone.
Alice Cooper was in that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to use your triple torch here. I'm lighting this bad boy up.
Oh, Ty's christening it.
Oh, okay, so it's not a flat.
No.
Oh, you haven't used this yet?
No.
Oh, well, no.
Go ahead. Please. You remember this day when we're in Valhalla?
It's a good day today.
Yes, sir.
This is, man, like this. What a torch.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I bought it on a whim. There was a poor selection, but it was 15% off. It was on sale. What do you want? Yeah. We also have the Diplomatico.
So, yeah, that's the whole point here. These cigars were specifically made. Now, I made the false assumption when we had Jared on as our guest. I made the false assumption that these were like dipped or like flavored or something with the Diplomatico rum, where we were informed that, nope, it's just rolled and blended and made to perfectly pair with the Diplomatico rum. So I'm just going to let this get a little bit going, and then I'm going to try it out. I've already sipped this rum. In fact, the gentleman that let me first try this rum at his house is here now.
Who's that?
That'd be EU there.
Gino.
Well, I'm not saying his real name. If he doesn't want his name up
That's
there.
not his real name.
Okay, well, whatever.
You don't even know my real name.
I don't even know your real pronouns.
I'm the Lizard King.
You can call me your grace. Hello, fellow heathens.
Here, dog. Speaking of fellow heathens, great news.
Oh, I like news.
800 subscribers.
Oh, yeah, we hit 800 today, so that's fucking cool.
Very exciting. And in celebration, we are going to share something a little later, the discount of Mombacho. So if you purchase Mombacho, you're going to get 10% off moving forward. 15%, I'm sorry, 15% off moving forward by using a very simple code that we will share later. That's exciting. And Ty looks like he's excited about the rum. Is this your first time?
First time having the rum?
From this bottle?
From this bottle, yes.
Yeah, so like it's been a while then.
I did have a sip from...
how long ago?
From Gino there. About a month.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then I was able to track this bottle down.
What's with the Diplomatico rum pick? We're drinking Diplomatico rum
with
Diplomatico
cigars.
Yep.
Yeah.
And Jim Morrison. Which reference? Have to be more specific.
Yeah, I don't know. Did we say a Jim Morrison reference? Or
Well,
maybe that was when they said we are not worthy
you know what?
in Wayne's World.
When didn't we do a Jim Morrison reference? I'm gonna drink it here soon. I'm just working up the nerve. But again, I did bring some Latag just in case. This lovely and beautiful. Oh, Lizard King. It was an Office reference that I was referencing. Yeah. Robert California.
This is
Yeah.
it's very reminiscent of the Michael Scott. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Michael Scott. I mean, Wayne Gretzky.
Wayne Gretzky, Michael Scott.
So you're referencing a real reference that's a fake reference.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm just going on very initial. Like, I'm not even a quarter inch into this thing.
I bought a box of these, man, and I'm just like sucking them back and hoofing them back pretty regularly at this point. So I want to share some of the reason why we're doing the Heathen discount here. One thing is I smoke a lot of Mombacho cigars. Soupy introduced me. He sent me
this is all his fault.
Yeah, a very lovely taster pack, a box of 4 or 5 different expressions. I believe you smoked one of the vintage ones from that. And I had a different year vintage.
I had something
in there.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah, so like we were peeling off the labels. We were enjoying the draw. It was a great conversation. And Jared actually came on, and we had an excellent time when we were speaking with Jared.
One of the best guests we've ever had.
Yeah, man, that guy was on point. He had an answer for every single thing, man, and like a very descriptive and lovely and appropriate answer. I wanted to hear him speak about Mombacho cigars all night.
You know what I find in a good guest? If you ask someone a question and they don't know the answer, they don't try to pull an answer out of their ass. And if there's something he didn't know, he said, I will look into that and get back to you.
And he did. We've been chatting quite frequently ever since. Clay just bought his first box of Mombacho. My wife said she got the reference, Robert California. Clay, fully expect to hear your thoughts. Hopefully we'll see it on Instagram for sure. And I hope that you'll call me out straight up, man, if you were like, bad recommendation.
I doubt it.
No one I've recommended to yet has come back and been like, you know what? I didn't enjoy that. So, that's consistent. And statistically speaking, we're looking good. So when we were saying, hey, we spoke to Jared about this actual pairing, and he, as you said, he told us all about it, took us through some of the history. So we wanted to go live and actually pair it. Ty grabbed the rum.
Yeah.
I'm not going to spend my money on rum.
Well,
and I grabbed the cigars.
We'll explain something. This rum is not available in Alberta. Has not been for like 6 or 7 years. And all due to some fucking brand rep ambassador bullshit that we don't really fully know the story of. And I don't really care.
Yeah.
Just upset about it that it's just not available here. So, we had one of our trusted snipers pull one for us out of another part of the country, and it got here safely, delivered to my door. And the problem with Diplomatico Reserva, it is a sugar addictive bomb.
Still haven't tasted mine yet, so.
I have been, and so far, I get it.
Okay,
I see what they're doing.
I'm gonna jump right back to where I was there with the discount.
Okay.
So when Jared's like, "Hey, you're going live again. You want to use the discount again?" We love selling cigars. People love smoking cigars. Seems like everybody wins. So we're like, hell yeah, man. So 15% off Mombacho cigars moving forward. Not tonight, but moving forward. That's good.
Yeah.
That's what you want to hear. And after X number of dollars, it's free shipping. And it's a warehouse in Canada.
Yes, you don't got to worry about these
fucking custom fees.
CBSA ramming it in your asshole dry. Because man, do they ever love to do that?
Yeah. What's not to love here? I mean,
so Clay says the discount works perfect. He tested it already today.
Tested. Boom. If I didn't order 3 boxes a couple days ago, I would test it myself. So 1 month from right now, I will be ordering another probably several boxes. Love it. Love Mombacho. Everything I've had so far has been lovely. And the folks that I've dealt with from Mombacho
Wonderful.
have been wonderful. After you make a purchase, they call you. They're like, hey, we just want you to know that we got your purchase. We'll be packing it up. It'll be in the mail. You'll get an email coming soon with your tracking number. Hope you have a lovely day.
Where else are you going to get customer
I was
service
like,
that?
God damn. Yeah, my phone rang. I was drinking my leche, and I'm like, what the fuck is this nonsense?
Who the fuck is this?
Yeah, and it was from
Paging me at
Nicaragua.
5:46 in
So
the
I was like,
morning.
holy shit, picked it up. And what a lovely, lovely conversation that was.
Just dealt with a rep? Or...
Yeah, whoever. I don't know. I can't remember her name, but she was lovely.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I mean, I'm sure some of you were confused as to why we were drinking rum. So now you know. Now you are aware.
I'm going to do it. I've got into my cigar now. I had a little sippity sip of this, but I've never paired it with a cigar. And I wouldn't say I sipped it to taste it. I just was like, I just need to see what's going on here. If it's too sweet, I probably won't have much. But it wasn't like that. So here we go.
Let's do it. Let's see what happens here. I already know my thoughts. Is this the big boy whiskey Albertans I came across recently?
Fuck, who knows, man?
Wow, we're big boys in Alberta. It probably is us.
Tell me, who is you?
Who you be? Screw top alcoholic. We refer to ourselves as alcohol enthusiasts.
All right, man. I might even let that hang out in my Scotch cabinet.
Oh,
It's not bad.
oh yeah.
It's sweet. It is sweet.
It's rum.
Yep.
It is a sugary
But it's not.
rum.
It's not too
beverage.
sickly sweet. It's like a bakery spice in there. I can't quite describe that spice. It's something I'm familiar with, but I just can't put my.
Well, let me break this down for you and explain
Finger
what we
on
got going on. It is
Something.
Venezuelan rum,
Okay.
and Diplomatico rum is the proud legacy of a man who dreamed large, Don Juancho Melendez. Juancho? I'm sorry if I butchered this
I have
name.
no idea.
Juancho Melendez, whose portrait graces this bottle. Juancho, there he is. Handsome devil, look at that. Anyway, old Juancho there decided this multi-award-winning sipping rum is crafted, aged, and blended to perfection by our master blender. It offers irresistible aromas, a remarkable depth of flavor, and a seductive, elegant finish. And the bottle's nice too. How
Bottle's
often do you
beautiful.
see
Beautiful glass.
a dark
Love it.
green glass bottle like that?
I love that shit.
And this won Spirit Brand of the Year in 2018 from Wine Enthusiast. Sure.
Fuck do they know?
I'm
Oh wait, I'm also a wine enthusiast.
sipping on the Barbados 2011 from Plantation
Listen,
tonight. in
screw
honor
top
of them
alcoholic.
dumping the Queen. Nice.
I
Yeah.
would love
Fuck,
that.
the
I
Queen
knew
is dead.
I knew that.
Fuck that bitch. Fuck the Royals.
Ties in my head. Screw top alcoholic. Who you be?
Where are you in America? Is that why you're excited?
You came across us. Where'd you come across us, man?
Is going to England going to be a problem for you? Is it like on site with any Englishmen? Gets dangerous. When are you coming to England? You don't want me there. If I show up, you'll fucking know. Hey, I said fuck the Queen and we lost 5 people. All right then. Interior of BC. BC, we flooded out behind those shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a tough time. We know all about that stuff. There's been quite a few people from Fort McMurray that have gone down there, that have sent aid packages. There's a gentleman here in this town. I've only met him once. We've traded a couple of things online and stuff, but his name is Marty Frost, and he's like a local legend. He is always helping people out. Always. Like, when the fires were happening in BC after ours, he sent a truckload of supplies down there. When the fires happened here, he was rescuing animals and bringing supplies up to the firefighters and stuff that were still up here for a few weeks. Like,
Is that Mitch?
I don't think so. Who?
Screw top.
I don't think so. No idea. He's not telling us what his name is, so we could just keep guessing. Anyway, the point was, I feel for you. We've been there. We've done that, and it's not great. It's a shitty feeling. So, Godspeed and good luck with all that shit. I hope you didn't lose too much, or at least you had good insurance. Yeah, it's a rough go. A bunch of my pipeline brethren are having issues too, so could be worse. Sounds like a great dude. Nah, you guys don't. I'm going to say no.
That's
found you completely random.
Oh,
all right.
well, sorry to hear that.
Yeah. Welcome.
Now you're one of us. Too fucking late. Yeah. Like the Hotel California, man. Hey, listen. I don't know if you smoke stogies, screw top alcoholic, but we have a 15% off discount from Mombacho that we're going to be sharing later moving forward. So that's exciting.
Yeah.
Mitch is here.
So
we're going to throw up the link, and you can click the link, and we'll bring you into the green room. Yeah, and if we can't hear you or see you, I'm going to give you a boot. But
yeah, well, I don't smoke cigars. My wife would fucking kill me, but I'm very interested in learning.
Oh, that's okay.
I don't smoke in my house. We are currently in a heated garage. It's like minus 10 out right now. It's getting
Which is weirdly
chilly.
warm.
One of us.
Mhm.
One of us. One of us.
So paired, I totally get it as well.
Right?
Yeah, the after kind of waxiness of the cigar paired with this strange kind of sweet bakery spice that I just can't put my finger on. I can't put my finger on this friggin' spice, man. But it's pairing lovely. It's a winner. It's a good pairing. I still will finish the night off with my Chag most likely though.
So it's not going to translate through this camera. Okay. I can't get the right angle, but you can kind of see, not where my mouth has been, but you can kind of see how shiny it is. You can see the oils that are there, right? This isn't quite a Maduro, but it is darker, and darker, oilier cigars go so well with sweet whiskey and obviously sweet rum.
I like to pair a little chocolate as well here and there. Right?
Well, we've got Mitch. He's sitting in the green room, so we're going to bring him on. Hopefully, everything works out good. Wi-Fi is always
we'll check.
temperamental.
We'll check and see. Can you give us a thumbs up if you're ready? Looks ready.
Looks ready.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's go. Let's hope for the best.
Here it is.
Hello.
Hey, what's up, guys? Can you hear me?
Okay, good.
Oh yeah, we can hear you. You can hear us.
Oh yeah, I'm outside, so there might be some random noises. Cougars, bears, who knows?
Change that view.
Oh yeah, I'll switch the view over. There we go.
Yeah, cougars, you say?
Every once in a while, yeah. It's
BC.
What are you hanging out in the Chili's parking lot at the airport? That's where I find most cougars.
No, we actually have a lot of wildcats. I live at the base of a mountain, kind of like two mountains that converge. So, or I guess they're more like hills. But yeah, lots of bears, lots of wildcats, cougars, coyotes, everything. So
Shouldn't most of the bears be hibernating by now?
by now,
They
yeah.
don't actually hibernate. They go into a state very similar called torpor. Anyway,
Last month we had probably 4 bears come through our yard.
wow.
All right then.
So first things first, I've been calling you Mitch, and you
Yeah.
signed in as Mitchell.
No, he's here as Mitch.
Yeah,
Oh, that's up there. but
that's
he
what I mean.
Put his
though.
name
That's
here.
what I mean. Is it so? It's cool if we call you Mitch, then, right?
Mitch or Mitchell, it's all good.
Okay, cool. Do you have a crazy nickname that people call you?
No, I everyone pretty much just goes with Mitch.
All right, cool. Mitch, it
Nope.
is.
No
We're all about
nickname.
nicknames, right, Gino? Anyway,
I
so
think you already lit up.
if you look on Instagram,
Yeah.
and if you type your Instagram, you can't type in while you're there, can you?
No, they don't see the chat when they're a guest. They can't see the
Okay,
chat.
let me
unfortunately.
type in your Instagram. So then people can follow you on there potentially. Do you have a private Instagram or no?
Just the Mitch's Moments.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty much it. Mitch's _ moments.
Mitch's MITCHES.
I think it's just MITCHS _ moments with a Z.
Okay, we'll put that up there so people can follow you. And tell us, while I'm doing that, your Instagram says Mombacho affiliate.
Yeah.
And I would say we're Mombacho affiliates.
Yeah.
There are a lot of Mombacho affiliates. Would you agree?
Yeah, there's probably a few in Canada right now for sure.
Okay, so are you preaching the gospel of Mombacho?
Pretty much, yeah. It's yeah, that's pretty much it. I kind of fell upon them a couple of years ago and just was super stoked about everything they were blending.
Yeah.
The fact that they were started 50% by a Canadian guy, and the fact that they're so accessible here in Canada.
So accessible.
And yeah, everything's, I like brands that focus on their core lines and aren't just all about, like flashy, one and done's like, oh, check out this, super exciting new tobacco and there's only 500 of them. And it's like, 90% of it's marketing. They've got a solid 4 core lineup that, Claudio Seguroi blended, and yeah, they're just super good. Medium plus, great flavor profile, but they always come
consistent.
Consistent and never harsh. Like, even nowadays with a new age cigar, you can every once in a while you go to your brick and mortar and like they're like, oh, we just got this box in, and you pick it up and you smoke it. And it can be like really hot on your palate. And especially a brand new Cuban can really give you that like really like peaking with flavors, right? There's just like these peaks and troughs. They're not blended. But Mombacho, I don't know. I find that almost everything that I buy from them comes out very. I don't want to use the word smooth because it's not a great
overused word.
It's not a great descriptor for anything, but it's it just everything just blends together, That's pretty much it.
We encourage nonsense here. So you can say smooth, even though it's fucking nonsense. That's okay.
We could just go with the Canadian or Crown Royal model and just call everything exquisite smoothness.
You guys are on the petite.
Yeah.
Petite Crown as well. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I can light mine up.
Delightful.
I
ordered some of those limited edition ones that were pre-order there.
Oh, yeah?
Ooh. Is that your ashtray?
Yeah.
Sick.
Yeah, that is sick.
Yeah. It's Josh and I met because of my love of cigars, and I have smoked from all over the planet, different cigars, even Italian cigars. And I had never heard of Mombacho.
Me either.
Until your friend Soupy introduced them to us. And I've become a convert. Everyone I've had has been consistently good. Yeah. It's just, it would sound like, dick riders, but man, like they're just good. It's just good.
You know what? I don't care how it sounds, because if you buy a box or whatever, I'll be shocked if you don't love it. And I would expect people to let me know, right? If I recommended something they didn't enjoy, then next time I can recommend something more according, right?
Yeah. Well, that's how we do it for everything, right?
Yeah.
We learn our friends' palates, and I like to think that we're fairly consistent and have a little bit of knowledge. We kind of know what we're talking about. So when I say that this is good and I completely see what they did pairing the two together, it works. It just works. The super sweetness and then that the earthy tones of this cigar, it just works.
Yeah, right off light up, you just get. There's just so much, I find any, just like a whiskey, any good cigar, you want kind of like 3 to 4 like kind of these upfront flavor profiles that go well together, right? And so I find with the Diplomatico, you get a bit of earth, a bit of leather, you get this nice back hint of sweetness, and then you just get this light peppery, like kind of like this light peppery on the kind of front and back of the tongue. It's just full mouth coating, and it's all balanced, you know?
Exactly. Balance is the perfect way. Fucking
that's why I love whiskey.
Thanos would be proud.
Praise be to Thanos.
Cheers.
Oh, cheers.
I'll fucking drink to that. Thanos, my man.
Perfectly balanced as all things should be.
Yeah. Thanos is my favorite character ever.
Yeah, favorite Marvel character?
Favorite. Hands down. I didn't read comics, man. I'm not much of a reader. Right?
That's why I read everything on our videos.
Everything. I'm more into visual and audio. You know what I'm saying?
One of the only comics I read as a kid. Well, I read a few Marvel DC stuff, but I used to read a lot of Spawn. I don't know if you've heard of Spawn.
Okay, hell yeah.
Yeah, Todd McFarlane.
Yeah, Todd McFarlane, yeah. But yeah, there's rumors that he's supposed to be finishing up a movie in the next couple of years, but who knows, man? Who knows?
Okay. My bro Adam J has explained comic book lore to me in graphically great detail, aggressively over many years. So I'm familiar with all the comic lore and stuff.
Yeah,
but I'd rather someone tell it to me or I'd watch it, right?
So Diplomatico, the rum itself, readily available where you are?
Oh yeah, totally. It's pretty much on every shelf. I'm out in BC. So.
Usually Alberta's land of the free and home of the fucking free-flowing spirits, man. But
you guys have it pretty easy, right?
Except Diplomatico by name is not allowed in Alberta.
What?
Yeah, this is the only province in this country that you can't get this rum. Yeah. Something to do with brand reps and importers fighting over the license or something. So it's been 7 years since you could buy this stuff here.
Interesting. You should. I wonder if Diplomatico. I don't know if you saw that. This was 3-4 months ago that they released the German version, which they call Botucal. I wonder if you'd be able to get Botucal into Alberta because it's technically not called Diplomatico.
That's
potentially. Yeah.
We will reach out to the correct people and see what we can do. In the meantime, we'll just get this kept smuggled into our wonderful province.
Yeah.
Yep.
That will cross the wall. It's like the Berlin Wall here, trying to get rum over. It's ridiculous.
First label coming off.
Yeah. Well, this might be a 2-cigar night.
Well,
in fact, I think it's going to be.
That's why there's cigars everywhere. I'm going to purge.
I'll just reach back here and grab one out of the box.
Oh, yeah. I'd like to smoke one that big, man. That'd be awesome.
That'd be ridiculous.
Fucking ready.
And that's too big.
So, obviously we're here to talk about Mombacho as well, but, I'd like to talk about other brands because, even you talk to anyone, even within the industry, and there's, everyone says they don't only smoke one brand. They don't only smoke one cigar. But I'm interested to know, what outside of Mombacho, what else do you guys really like to, you mentioned you've had stuff all over the world. What would you say, brand-wise, would be your go-tos,
Mine also starts with an M, and it would be Macanudo.
Yeah, Macanudo, I got to say, man, I haven't had a bad Macanudo.
Yeah.
I've had I don't know what they are, man, all friggin' kinds of colors,
white
and labels,
the cafe, the new green label Inspirados.
I got some of them in there.
Yeah, so do I. I got some of them too. Macanudo was my first, not my first cigar, but when I first got into cigars, it was my first real love. And it's, again, been something that's just been consistent over the years.
Caldwell's
been putting out some interesting stuff. Yeah.
Trinidad was my first love.
And Drew Estate.
Yeah. Drew Estate.
Big
totally.
Drew Estate fan.
Feral Flying Pigs, man. And Underground, right? My Father, the Judge, is probably one of my favorite cigars right now.
Yeah, you do love that one.
Yeah, I love My Father.
I'm going to take that sound clip and send it to him for Father's Day.
Cool.
I tell him enough.
Tell your friends you love them too. Yeah, Trinidad.
I seen Trinidad, and I was like, fell in love with them in Cuba, man.
Yeah, you like the Cuban Trinidads?
Yes, I like all of the Trinidads, really.
Have you had the New World ones as well?
Yes, that's the ones that we had the other day. They're like the bluish label, blue and greenish label.
Did I have one?
Yeah, the other day was like the summer.
Oh yeah, so the other day could be anything in the last year.
Yeah.
So yeah, the other day we had that.
Those old ones, man. Like we used to get them in Cuba, $9, right, for the big long ones, $11, and then you come here and it's like $47, right?
So EU says that Bourbon style is the workaround name for Diplomatico. So yeah, I guess we can get it here under that name. Is it essentially the exact same juice?
It's the exact same everything. It's literally just a rebrand of the name. Obviously, they already have distribution in Germany, and I don't know how hard it would be to get it licensed, or if they even have to get it licensed to get into Canada. But yeah, it's the same thing. And Mombacho, like I said, just recently released so they pretty much same blend, same everything, just changed the name on the label to Botucal, and then officially released it in Germany, because I don't think they could have this cigar in Germany because of the whole similar thing like Alberta, where you're not allowed to have the word Diplomatico for some reason. Yeah. Again, I don't know too much on that. I'm sure what's his name would have more on that.
Jared,
yeah. I'm sure Jared would have much more information on that.
Yeah, it's so weird when as you're well aware of our ridiculous cigar band laws in this country. I mean, state is going to state. You know what I mean? It's ridiculous.
It is ridiculous, man. You know what's a deterrent to children? The $40 price tag on a cigar, man.
Yeah, no child is spending that kind of money for a tobacco stick to cut it open and roll it into a joint.
There's just so many things that there's nothing about it that really appeals to kids. Flavor profile, everything.
If they smoked one and inhaled it, they'd fucking green out and never want another one.
Yeah. Making them more accessible to children is a better way to prevent smoking.
And if you're watching, Big Brother, write that down.
There's a comedian from Hamilton, Ontario, who lives in LA now. His name's Jason Rouse, and he's got this excellent bit. And he said, one time my father, we lost him. All right, we
lost Mitch.
I'll continue with my story until he comes back. So yeah, Jason said, one time my father caught me and my brother smoking cigars, and he took us out to the back shed and pulled out 2 cigars for each of us, and he made us suck his dick. So I don't smoke anymore, but my brother does.
Who did you say that was?
Jason Rouse.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, it's a good bit. I obviously can't do it justice, but if you ever get a chance to see Jason, he tours all over. He comes back up to Canada every now and then. He was recently in Austin, Texas, which is now like the comedy hub of America. If you get a chance to see Jason, check him out. He's got a Comedy Now special from like fucking 20-something years ago.
Right, huh?
But yeah, it's worth checking out.
Folks, tell us too, what are you drinking tonight if you are, and if you're smoking, tell us what's your poison tonight. What day of the week is it even?
It's Tuesday.
Tuesday. Nice.
Yeah, I love that you don't know.
I don't care what day of the week it is. I know the date. That's
it. Mitch is back.
Sorry about that. Little mishap on the buttons there.
It'd be like that sometimes.
Do you guys often? I think this is the first time I've paired a cigar with rum. I'm generally a bourbon. Every once in a while, I'll do a Scotch, but yeah, it's my first time with rum. And have you guys tried any other rums with cigar or?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I probably tried.
You tried the bamboo with it.
Yeah, a couple dozen with it over the years, but I don't really like rum, man. Like, no joke, straight up. I'm like, fuck rum, man.
I do. I had a bottle of 30-year-old El Dorado, and I smoked with that all the time. And then I had very similar to Diplomatico, gets confused all the time, Dictador. It's Colombian rum, and it tastes like it was aged in old diesel barrels used for cocaine. It's really weird. It had a very strange taste, and then it faded to an intense vanilla flavor. So yeah, the Dictador XO, it's like a gray and black bottle. It's another great rum.
I like El Dorado 15 in my eggnog and shit, you know, but otherwise, man, I'm pounding back Scotch all day.
I keep forgetting it's eggnog season.
It's Scotch for me, like Scotch. Drink it all down to
Florida Cagna and a couple other rums as well.
Too sweet, man, usually.
So
I've had a Traveler's rum, actually, from Belize, 11-year-old. It was a whiskey barrel exclusive, and it was very harsh and abrasive and, like, kind of bitter. There was not one bit of sweetness in there at all. And I kind of liked it. It tasted like a handful of gravel, man.
Yeah, you like that?
Yeah. And I paired that with cigar, and it was good. But it was the first rum I've ever tasted that had not even one bit of sweetness in it.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
I find that I get like this weird, like kind of almost like fake sweetness aftertaste on a lot of rums that I don't know, like I don't like it. It's like this almost like bittery metallic-y taste at the end of rum. It's like a minute, but and then like you said, they are very sweet. So you know, literally made of cane sugar. So
yeah, it's not too sweet, but it's got that sweetness. Someone said nutmeg. I could even pick up a little touch of nutmeg, but there's a sweet bakery spice, man. That
I really like the Diplomatico. It's going down very easy. Good flavors. You know.
Yeah. Honestly, I wouldn't buy a bottle, but
you know, I think a better way I can describe this is a lot of rums. When you drink it, once it is out of your mouth, it is just a sharp drop off of that flavor, and it's just instant sweetness. With this, it lingers and slowly fades. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that does make sense.
Yeah, so that's why I'm enjoying it, because it's
not punchy on the sweetness.
Yeah, like if we had a different type of rum here, like even like fucking Captain Morgan's, God forbid, and you were just to take a sip of that, you know, it's in your mouth, you taste it while it's in there, you swallow, and then it's just suddenly it's gone, and it's just a sugary taste, and that's that metallic taste you're talking about.
Yeah, it's that metallic aftertaste for sure.
Yeah, so this one, it just slowly fades off at a nice tapered pace.
Yeah, I'm not getting that kind of finish at all with the Diplomatico. It's really good, really good. It definitely, you know, with certain pairings, it's, you know, if it's too sweet, it can sometimes hide the sweetness. I'm definitely finding that the rum is hiding a bit of the sweetness of the cigar, maybe a little overpowering. Definitely bringing forward earthy notes for sure through the cigar, that leather, that earth. But it's good. It's a nice balance for sure. It's nice balance. I think
what you've described is you know, when you're joining things, you ever join wood or you're putting puzzle pieces together. The sweetness of the cigar go with the sweetness of the rum is what's bringing it together, and it's taking away that sweetness from the cigar and molding it into what's left over, and that's what makes it such a perfect pairing.
Yeah,
well done. Like, who did you know more than we do? Who did you say was the blender for this?
Yeah, so his name's Claudio Segroy. He worked for Mombacho for quite a while. I think he actually blended most of their core line. I think last year, maybe the year before, he stepped away from the company as their I think he was considered their president and master blender, and he stepped down. He still kind of helps with the company, but he just kind of went on his own, and he's doing his own kind of contract work, I guess you want to say. He's like blending his own stuff under his own name and for other people. But yeah, he blended this, like, obviously with the notion to sip alongside of the Diplomatico. And yeah, the blend, if memory serves me correctly, is a Ecuadorian Habano. So, you know, it's not quite Maduro. You get that kind of more slightly darker than Rosado. It's more that kind of brown, very smooth with a bit of that oily sheen to it. And yeah, I find that Habano wrapper, you get very nice spice, a little bit of sweetness. And then they have, I think, a jalapa binder. So jalapa gets that a little bit extra kick of sweetness, but it's not. So sometimes if you get a jalapa wrapper, you get that sweetness on your lips, whereas this you don't. Instead, you get it more on the palate. And then I think in the fillers, it's a combination of Esteli and jalapa. They might have a bit of Condega in there. I don't actually remember. And Esteli is just really famous for, you know, that nice earthy flavor, but not like, it's not earth as in just like wet soil earth. It's more like dry and woody and yeah, just a great blend. But pretty much everything besides the wrapper is Nicaraguan. So
well done, I say.
Yeah, you've described it way better than I ever could.
I'm finishing off my rum, and I'm going to pour some leche.
Of course you are. Before you came on, that's what I was saying. It's like it's not quite a Maduro. You can kind of see the shine, that oily sheen on the wrapper. Yeah, and I think when people think of when we say sweetness in a cigar, their only reference might just be like a Swisher Sweet or a Colt, Captain Black's.
Yeah, I don't know how to describe natural tobacco sweetness. So I don't know. It's kind of like how when you take like a piece of bread and you let it just sit on your tongue and it dissolves a bit. Like bread isn't naturally sweet, but when your saliva dissolves those carbohydrates into sugar, it becomes sweet. I find that tobacco sweetness is like that. It's got that, especially if you take like a more of like a rye bread or even just like a multigrain bread, you definitely get that kind of like savory taste. But then as it's on your tongue and your saliva kind of dissolves it, it kind of dissolves it into sugars, and you get that just hint of sweetness, right? It's not bitter, it's not salty, it's not, umami. So there's only so many flavors your tongue perceives, and I find it that's just, that's how I describe natural tobacco sweetness.
That's a good way to describe it, actually.
Ty just shut me down.
I'll show you. I just don't want to smell the cork right now.
Lick the cork if someone let me.
Do you guys like to retrohale? Like through the
can?
No,
I don't have the ability to.
I will not do that.
No.
It's
a very controversial thing. I wouldn't say controversial, but a lot of blenders, I think actually to be a blender, you have to retrohale. Like I don't think a factory would ever let you blend a cigar without retrohaling. It definitely adds a different dynamic to the cigar. Some cigars, the retrohale make the cigar better. Some cigars, not so much. I find with Mombacho
retrohale,
I retrohale about every 3 to 4 draws. Like some people retrohale almost every, but I'd say at least 2 times per third. I try to get in a retrohale. It definitely you have to make sure you only get about 10% of the smoke, right? It's you don't want that initial draw that you take in and it's hot smoke in your mouth and then retrohale that. You kind of have to let it cool down, you blow out a bit, and then that last little bit you just pull through into the sinuses. And there's a lot different flavors that you can get from a retrohale.
Every time I try, it just ends on a fucking coughing fit because I just don't have the skill set for it. I don't know what it is. I was a mouth breather for like half my life until I learned that it was way better to breathe through my nose. I was one of these kids.
What I found is before taking the puff, I almost breathe fully in to like fill up my lungs there, and so when I am taking the puffs and then doing the retrohale, my lungs are already full, so I can't accidentally breathe it in and choke on it. I found in the beginning that's what I would constantly do. I thought like, oh, I'll just take a regular breath, but before I know I'm going to retrohale, I kind of take like a little bit of a deeper breath. And then definitely just push it through my nostrils. And with this cigar, I find that there's on the retro a tiny bit more pepper, and I actually get a bit more sweetness with it on the retrohale that I didn't get without it. So,
all right, stand by. We're gonna give this a try here. Paramedics are standing by in the wings. We'll see what happens.
All you gotta do is blow most of it out, and then press your tongue to the roof of your mouth, and then breathe through your nose. Breathe out through your nose, and that's it. And hopefully it goes out.
Let's see what happens.
I get it, man, but not for me. Not my thing.
No, it's not for everyone. That's the thing is.
A little tiny bit, but not enough to fucking see on camera.
I saw a little bit.
Thanks. I appreciate you lying.
Gino asked which Lecheg, too. You've had this one, Gino. We opened it at a fire there a couple nights ago.
Mitch, you don't know us well, but Josh is the world's biggest Lecheg fan. So even though we're doing rum, there's no way he could resist not doing Lecheg as well.
I took this piece of shit off. Look how beautiful this bottle is with the cork here. Look at that. Why would you hide it under this garbage? Strip
nice
that off and throw it away.
That is a very, very nice bottle.
It was bottled in the 90s, sherry Lecheg.
I'm going to get into it. I'm just still enjoying my cigar.
Definitely going to get into it.
I don't think I've ever seen, maybe I just haven't looked. I'll be honest, I'm not a huge Scotch guy. I'm more of a bourbon American whiskey guy. Not saying I don't.
Guys too.
Yeah. I'm not saying I don't have Scotch on my shelf, but if I come out, with this is my go-to.
Man. Classic, reliable bourbon right there.
Yeah. So, not 90% of the time when I'm trying a new cigar, I try to just pair it with some water, but I'll always also have a bit of wild turkey on the side because that's my kind of benchmark to see how well it goes.
People were making fun of me one time because I was drinking water with my cigar.
Well,
oh, yeah.
Again,
they were like, what are you doing?
Water? Who would do that?
Yeah, man. I was like, what are you guys? What's wrong with you?
Technically, it's, water, even just water with a bit of like light bubbles or even up to heavy bubbles. It helps clean the palate. I always have a water bottle with me, And,
you got jugs here.
my other pairing that I always like to have with it is I don't know if you get this up in Alberta. It's
Fentons? Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
What kind is that you have there?
That one's the cola. It's just the straight cola.
Interesting. And that's your go-to or all different flavors?
That's my go-to. I usually go with that. If I go root beer, I'll usually go with Virgil's root beer.
Okay. Our friend of the show, Sean Kincaid, turned me on to McFuddy's Pepper Elixir.
Oh.
You find it in the same place you find Virgil's because it's all like in the grocery store. It's that pop shop section, and it's like a way more refined and delicious Dr. Pepper. It's lovely.
I like pomegranate juice. That's good stuff. That's that weird bottle, right? Yeah,
that's my brother,
Andrew.
That's Andrew. Yeah.
I'm gonna crack open the 101 as well and see how it goes with this Diplomatico.
Oh, I'm sure it'll go good.
Gino here says, I just got a cool bottle of bourbon today coming to Fort McMurray soon enough. He's the biggest bourbon fiend I know. Between him and Matt, find things fermented.
Bourbon wise, it's tough because again,
but he's like
watery here, man.
Bourbon train. He aggressively pursues bourbon into me now. Yeah, he's very aggressive.
I just got a bottle of the Old Forester 1920.
Oh, we've done that.
Yeah, I think I killed that the other day.
The Prohibition style.
Yeah, I'm going to purge this. Huh?
Okay. Starting to be hard to see around us.
Yeah. We're going to take the side out of her.
This is the fun part of having a green screen. You can watch this. The smoke disappears. Watch.
So what's your obviously you guys are inside. What's your setup there? I guess you don't really have like an active fan going?
No, it's a heated garage. So we just occasionally open the bay door, and then the neighbors think there's a fire because the
You should see the
smoke
smoke
billows
pour.
out in huge waves out the door.
And there's big lights there, so it just looks so intense.
So people
That's
think
awesome.
the house is on fire. It brings back some PTSD in a lot of the neighbors because this whole neighborhood burned to the ground.
Just a couple years ago.
I wish there was some way for me to keep up this chat while still seeing you guys. I guess I don't
Separate
have to.
device is the only way, man.
Yeah, it's sad. I mean, like we've got the chat on.
We
our
don't have
computer.
enough subs. We need 1,000 subscribers so we can start doing other weird things.
Yeah.
And we are at 800.
Andrew says run the carbon filter behind the green screen.
That is not nearly enough.
Yeah.
No, not for what we smoke.
Oh,
Well, does
Yeah.
anybody have any questions for
Hey,
Mitch?
Buzz
I mean, the
Monkey
man
just
is
came in too.
excellent with knowledge when it comes to these cigars. So if you got questions, we'll gladly read them to him.
yeah, I've tried pretty much. Well, as you saw, I'm pretty sure you saw my post today. I just got the Cosecha line or the Cosecha line.
Yeah.
Big fatties.
I think you guys got those last time.
No, that was the one we didn't get.
Oh man, the smell, the aroma that I got off them, holy cow. Like I've never, I've never smelled something so aromatic. I don't know. It was citrus. It was like pure citrus wood sweetness. It was just delicious.
Well, maybe we did. We had one, but we didn't order more of them was the thing. Did we have one?
I think
We
you
have a
guys
whole
have-
sample pack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the one with the red band.
You had the vintage one, the orange one with the pigtail.
Then maybe I did have it. Yeah, it was good.
Yeah,
A little bit of
the
creaminess to it almost.
The 2015, yeah. So for me, they've got the Diplomatico, they've got the Casa Favilli, they got the Liga Maestro, and they got the what do they call it? Sierra Volcan. So out of those four blends, for me personally, ranking wise, number one, Liga Maestro. I really like it in the Hermoso Vitola. I tend to lean towards a skinnier Vitola, anywhere between like 50, anything less than 54. But I think this one's like a 46 ring gauge and 6 inches long.
What is your favorite Mombacho?
Yeah, the for
To
me,
cut you off immediately here.
I'd say it's that one, the Liga Maestro Hermoso
What were you
Vitola.
saying?
Yeah, that's the black one, right?
Yeah, the black one. Yeah.
That's the one I said today was my favorite, man. I really enjoyed that. The Toro, I think we had.
I don't recall.
Yeah, I thought the Toro was really good.
Oh, just loved it. Just loved it.
And then the Casa Favilli, I really like that one as well. I got to try it in the Torpedo Vitola the other day, and man, that Torpedo Vitola just kind of knocks up the strength a bit, and you just get a bit more flavor for sure. I feel more people nowadays, they go towards Robusto Toro, mainly just because of the price point is amazing, right? It's like you get a 5 to 6 inch cigar, you got a 50 to 54 ring gauge. It's usually, Canadian, I don't know, it depends where you're buying from, but just go with American prices, you can get a cigar anywhere between $8 to $14 US if you're in the US, and you get an hour plus smoking. Like that's just amazing value, right? You go into the
This little Diplomatico, we're at 53 minutes. I lit it just as we started. I'm going to
Me
get an
too.
hour out of this.
Man,
no
me
problem.
too. Like
I know they're petite Corona. It's everyone's like, oh, petite Corona, it's gonna give you like 30 minutes, 40 minutes. I'm like, dude, this thing burns slow. You don't need to pop on it every 2 seconds.
I'm a fast smoker, man.
And that just shows you the nice age that they actually put in, like the aged tobacco. A young tobacco is going to generally burn hotter, faster. Also, if they don't fill the cigar enough, there's just so much air coming through that. Again, like the cigar is just going to burn. It's going to burn. It's going to burn. Yeah. I think I've gone through 3-4 boxes now, maybe 5 boxes. I've never had to use a draw tool on a Mombacho.
I have yet to.
Yeah, me neither. I didn't even bring one because I wasn't anticipating it. I haven't been doing it now. I normally like to see how long I can let the ash go, but almost every time that has ended with that ash all over me.
Yeah.
So I decided not to, and I have not been able to tap it off. I've had to roll it off every time and apply pressure. That's how good this is constructed.
Yep, definitely. You know, it's just too bad that their flavor profile isn't super suited towards the U.S. market. They definitely blend towards a more Canadian international market where it's this medium, like great medium. You can pretty much have anyone pick up the cigar, whether they've smoked cigars before or not, and they're going to enjoy it. I've given this gone to weddings and given a box to a buddy who like has had 2 cigars in his life, and now he's like, dude, I'm going to order like 3 boxes, and now he smokes with me and his dad. And it's like, there's nothing harsh about it, and they're just all around good. But
yeah, they're lovely, man.
The American flavor profile just wants these like flavor bombs, strength, nicotine, power, US #1. Yeah.
America. Fuck yeah.
Mombacho really just doesn't deliver that kind of experience, right? At least right now, out of their 4 core blends, there's no blend that really
punches you, right? It's a perfectly satisfying experience on its own, man.
It's a delicious, amazing, just
and a 1 hour petite, man. Like,
I know, exactly.
Easily, it's going to be 1 hour more than 1 hour for us.
So just because I bit it too much, I had a little bit of the wrapper come off, so it's the show, but hasn't affected its smoking.
I got a perfectly deep V here still.
Yeah, good burn line, pretty good burn line. I'm outside, so good luck having a razor sharp burn line outside with the rain and the wind going right now. We're actually being like half of British Columbia is flooded. So I'm coming back home. There were puddles everywhere. I was just splashing water. But even with the wind, the rain, I haven't had to touch this thing up once. There's just maybe a little wave to it. I'm getting to that second band as well. We're going, what was the date on your guys's
November 2020?
Yeah,
November 2020. So, you're looking at what exactly? I guess 1 year on that then, since they've rolled it. I think these guys.
We will point out, because again we're talking about Mombacho. Why not explain? On the band, it shows a date, and that date is the packaging date, correct?
It's the date the cigars were rolled and banded. Yeah. So at Mombacho,
cool. That's just a cool little detail that I never knew I wanted to know. Well, and now I'm like, cool. It's been a year since these were rolled. Cool. Now we're smoking them.
You think about it. The whole Cuban market has, kind of thrived on this whole box date thing, right? Like they just. People are like always searching for, I'm looking for NMW box date, 2018, this, that. And the new age cigars just left that in the dust. Almost no company does it, right? Like there's a few that maybe date a box. There's a few like Mombacho that maybe date a band, but it's almost like a heritage thing of like, like this tobacco came from this time, right? And you can kind of almost track the consistency and maybe even like, I'm getting to the end of this box. I'm going to put one aside and smoke it next to when I get the next box.
Yeah, totally. I'm all about that shit, man.
Is it different?
Yeah.
And it definitely just adds a next level to the experience, at least for me.
Yeah, 100%. I was like, this is ritualistic for all of us, right? And when I look at the date, the first thing I pictured is someone with this cigar in their hand, like putting the finishing touches on it, man. And it's like, that's kind of a neat little place to transport me at no cost. It's just a neat little thing.
It enhances the experience.
Totally does.
Yeah, for sure.
Why not?
Why not?
Right?
Yeah, I think I'll see when I get to these, but it's been a while since I've had this this Vitola. But I think these are a 2019 that I have. I think I got these last year, and they were already had a year of age on them as well. But
Nice.
yeah, cool. A cool thing about them, again, even if you were to get the freshest Mombacho, I think they do a minimum of 6 months of age in their own aging room.
Cool.
Minimum. So the earliest cigar, say, what's the date today? November. It's almost December 2021, right? So the earliest, if you were to go out and buy a box of Mombacho right now, and the earliest box date you could possibly get would be, was that a June 2021? Which means it's already been resting for 6 months. And most likely more, because it goes through, a week of traveling, and then it sits probably in a warehouse and maybe on a shelf, aging there in its box, right? And by the time you get the cigars, most of the time they've already got 8 months to a year of age, and they're doing great fermentation on the tobacco. So that's all you really need, is about 1 to 2 years extra. Honestly, even smoking them off the truck, with a 6 month date, you don't get any of those harsh, bitter.
If I buy a box, I'll smoke one as close to it getting it as I can, and then I'll put it away and let them do the thing for a little bit. But I always like to try one first, just to see. I got a box that I can go through. So again, it's ritualistic. It's just another experience. Right?
Well, it's Nudie Magazine Day. When mail gets here, you got to open it up right 100%. Away.
So let me ask you this. I got 2 questions for you. What is the cut that you've chosen, and what's your favorite cut?
So, when I first started smoking, like a lot of people, I think you suck at doing a straight cut, and you just butcher it all the time. So I went with the punch when I first started, and I was like, "Oh, the punch is the best."
It's got a punch that likely will never be used ever.
Yeah, exactly. And you're like, "Oh my god, punch is the best." The tobacco, it doesn't get in my mouth. And you realize, like, okay, it's actually not that good. You don't get the greatest draw. The flavor becomes too concentrated on your tongue, and so eventually I got a little better at straight. I got a deep V here. Probably one of the most popular. The Colibri Deep V. I love this thing. I use it a lot.
Always. Mine's all fucked up from use, man. I need a new one.
Especially if you're smoking with multiple people. Again, I like to introduce new people to enjoying cigars, and as well as even just people I've met who already have cigars who haven't heard of Mombacho. I'll bring them a couple and we'll smoke together. And if you're sharing an ashtray, the worst thing to do is you put down your cigar. Everyone's put down their cigar, and you go, "Oh shit, which one's mine?" So I tend to bring a deep V to distinguish what I'm smoking. As well as if I just feel the need to just that mouthfeel, it has a total
need for V. We get it, man.
Exactly.
I convert everyone to V. Every person ever, I'll say, go buy your deep V, and then you'll see. Boom.
Yeah.
Trademark that.
Today on a smaller Vitola, though, I did go with the Mombacho. It's a little bright. You can't really see it. So this is the Mombacho one.
I also have one of those.
Yeah, really sharp. Really sharp.
That's in my truck for emergencies.
Oh, I think I'm lagging out here.
No, you're perfect. Perfect on our end.
Okay. Yeah, just a little nice, smooth straight cut. That's where I went with this little guy here.
Yeah.
So
I put a big ass deep V in that bastard.
Me too.
Yeah. I torpedo everything, man. I V everything. Little pigtails, I'll cut them off and eat them.
Oh, man.
I love pigtails, man. I love them.
So I'm down to the last 2 inches of this cigar, and it's still good. It's not burning my mouth. It's still got flavor. I'm just like Buzz Monkey. Love Mombacho, everything about them. I haven't had a bad experience with anything yet.
It's fun to recommend things that I like, because I recommend a lot of people a Chag and they just fucking love it or they fucking hate it. There's no in between, right?
So there's no one that goes, yeah, I could have a Lecheg every now and then, I guess.
Yeah. Me, I'm like, every day, new Lecheg. That's my favorite song, actually.
Yep.
I just wrote that song, too.
You wrote a limerick.
Let's talk about Lecheg, because I know nothing about it.
You sure?
And
Well, it starts back in the 1700s, so let me start there. Okay, on the island of Tobermory. I'm just joking. I'm joking. I won't do that. That's for another show. But I can tell you just a little. Yeah, man. Yeah. So, Lecheg.
I love that shit.
Yeah. So, what is now Lecheg is peated distillate that comes from Tobermory Distillery on the island of Tobermory in Scotland, or the Isle of Mull. I'm sorry, in Scotland, Tobermory Distillery. And this is Lecheg that was actually bottled in the 1990s. Like, there's a whole thing on the label here. People thought it was just a red label that said Lecheg. It's just all faded, and I can't read that.
Give it here. Yeah,
give it here. I got no glasses, so it's very difficult to see.
It says peated single malt, sherry finished, Scotch whiskey from the Isle of Mull.
Yeah. Cool.
There you go. And that is extremely faded.
Yeah. So this was literally bottled in the early 90s. And it's 42%. It's old school, really light and lovely Lecheg. I find Lecheg has a couple different distinctive styles. Toothpastey, minty, harsh, abrasive peat, which is okay too. And then it's got a boggy funk. Yeah. And then you got this kind of like lighter, lovely, soft, almost fucking precious Lecheg, right? Yeah, super rare, but like inexpensive in the grand scheme of things.
Where'd you get that?
Auctions. Everything is auctions.
Okay, that's what I thought. I was like, I don't think that's like I don't see them on the shelf.
No, you'll never see this.
You'll see the 10-year-old.
The 10-year-old, highly recommend. It'll tell you right now if you can go forward with Lecheg or if you're going to stop.
The Whiskey Explorer has joined us, not Mike Breezeblois, but the other Whiskey Explorer, a fellow YouTuber from BC. I believe he's on the island. I think.
Clay, who turned you on to the V-cut? I might know.
Probably you. You can just take credit for it.
Everybody, man, must try at least once.
I don't know if he get it in BC. I don't think I've seen it on the shelves. Mind you, I haven't looked for it. Again, I don't tend to Lecheg, yeah. I don't tend to peruse so for me, I guess since we're on the topic of Scotch, I've had 3 peated Scotches so far. My first ever buy was Lefroy 10 because I was like,
mine was quarter cask, my first peated. Carry on.
It's if I can handle this, I can handle most likely almost any peated Scotch, right? If I can drink Lefroy, I can pretty much drink anything else.
I would think that's a pretty accurate statement.
My first pour, I thought it was the weirdest thing I ever put in my mouth. You know, I put some weird things in my mouth, but
I'm gonna clip that, send that to your father too.
Yeah. But yeah, it's after I let it rest for about a month, and I went back to it, and every time I go back to it, I just almost want it more.
But were you drinking anything in between that? Because once you form an opinion, like an opinion forms over a long period of time, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So now you're desensitized. And then when you go back, you're desensitized again and again. Yeah. And eventually you start to, like you said, crave. And I want that kind of peated abrasive, right? So the 10 was your first peated Scotch.
Yeah.
And you went back and said, hey, I want to try another peated Scotch.
Yeah, so I went to Lagavulin.
Nice, 16.
Yeah, I think it was Lager 16.
Beauty.
And it was so much more tame. I got a lot more sweetness off of it.
Totally.
It was I definitely enjoyed it a lot more. But then I went back to Lefroy and I was like, oh wow, Lefroy actually does have a lot of sweetness.
Yeah,
I just didn't
like different styles.
Yeah, and then the most recent one I've tried is I don't know if you tried Jura. I think it was a Jura 10.
Yeah.
So Jura is, I don't know, man. It's okay.
That's all you got to say.
Yeah, we get it.
We know, and it's not great.
Yeah, it's an inside joke around like our inner group of glorious whiskey nerds that Jura is something we don't usually gravitate to. It's not like I'm going to spit it out, but I'm not going to buy a bottle of it.
Yeah. I got it as a gift, so
Yeah. So if someone gives me a gift of whiskey, doesn't matter what it is, I'm gonna drink that gift of whiskey, right?
I also had Bowmore 15. I think that's peated, right? It's
It's like a barbecue kind of smoky peat.
yeah, I forget what kind of cask finish they have on that. Is it sherry? I think it's a sherry finish.
That's a sherry. Yeah.
So that was great as well. So yeah, that like where in terms of like the Chag, you kind of mentioned it's kind of abrasive, minty, herbally peat, right? Where would you say it lies? Like
New age.
I always try to say, okay, it lies in between this and this, right? So from those 4 that I've had, would you be able to put it in between anything, or would you say no, it's a total outlier, it's going to be on its own?
Well, to me, it doesn't. None of those that you mentioned has that funk that Lechag has, and the only way I can describe it is a funk. It's a strange, tangy, boggy thing,
marshy peat.
Yeah. It's a like very odd thing. Turkey. Pardon me?
It's like when I describe wild turkey.
Tastes like chicken.
Well, it just wild turkey compared to other bourbons, they just have this.
Oh yeah,
funk. Yep. Like I said, like
it's bottom shelf, affordable, classic, reliable bourbon, man.
Yeah,
so it's Whiskey Explorer. He's on Vancouver Island, and he says Lechag 10's all they get there. Whereas this man has been posting a new Lechag every day for the last 40 fucking days.
I don't know, something.
Yeah. He is the biggest Lechag.
Someone joked, our friend, fantastic Nick, jokingly called me out and said, "I haven't seen Lechag post in 17 days from the Lechag King." Yeah. So I was like, "Fucking, I'm a hammer fuck Lechag into your faces right now, and you're gonna have to unfollow me because I'm not stopping." But I stopped. There's still 20 that I haven't posted, man. Oh. I never posted one that was open.
So what? Next November is Lechag month again?
I don't even know.
It won't make it to November.
Stupid amounts of Lechag here because it's just funky funk, man. Just fucking weird shit, and that's what I like.
Yeah, I love getting into a bottle that isn't.
You ever had any Springbank?
No. So I think I could probably count all of this. Well, I couldn't count all the Scotch because I actually have had quite a few samples at this point, but no. Did I get a Springbank? I don't think I got a Springbank sample. The thing is, for me, Scotch is I don't really enjoy the taste of malt. So when a Scotch is malt forward to me, I tend to automatically be like, I don't really like it. I can appreciate it. I can appreciate everything about it in terms of like, the fruity pear and the influence of the barrel and the quality of the grain and the malt and everything like that. But, we all like different things. And for me, I've tried a lot of Scotches. Again, like people have given me many different samples, and I tend to just, whenever it's malt forward, I just tend to be like, I'm probably never going to buy a bottle of this.
Well, that's what makes you a bourbon guy, right? You like the corn and, wheat or whatever, I always tell people there's nothing scary about corn, man. I love corn whiskey too, right? But I don't usually, like you mentioned, pear and stuff. To me, that's a welcome break here and there. I'm into the pungent and borderline horrible. Like, yeah, there's a bottle that got a review that was so bad that Barry Burroughs' rep had to come and taste it off the shelf. And everyone's like, this is garbage. They were tricked into buying this. And I was like, I tried it. Sean Kincaid, Paul, they told me to try it. And I tried it. And it's one of the best whiskeys I've ever tasted in my entire life. It tastes like decay and
you're a weirdo though.
Dirty wood, when it comes
man. To that.
I was gonna say you probably like the taste of decaying leaves in a muddy pile.
Yes, that's my shit right there.
So I'm going to interject quickly because we were briefly talking about Springbank.
Yes.
We reviewed this whiskey out of Vancouver, a company called Odd Society. They're in East Van.
Sorry, the Whiskey Explorer private messaged me on Instagram. We'll take care of that.
There you go. So Odd Society out of East Vancouver. The guy that started their master distiller and owner studied at Springbank. That's where he learned how to make whiskey.
Yeah, that was good.
It was good, and they've just recently released. It's available for purchase right now. 2 different peated offerings. Their one peat is Washington peat, so from like Washington State, and the other is a Scottish peat. I haven't tried either one of them yet. I just saw it yesterday.
You had me at peat.
I know I did. So I'm interested in getting them because they're small bottles. I think they're only 500 milliliters, and they're like $40 a pop.
Oh, and you're buying them?
I think I'm going to, yes, because I've enjoyed everything from Odd Society so far.
I've enjoyed everything you've poured me.
I've driven by there. I've never, again, the fact that most local distilleries in BC are doing Scotch-based, we have a few guys doing kind of corn or bourbon style, but most people doing either that malted, 100% malted barley based stuff. I haven't actually explored too many of the local things. I'll do a shameless self plug in the new year. I plan on doing kind of a series of pairings with Mombacho cigars with all local things. So food. Cool. So I'm gonna probably start with chocolate, coffee, cheese. Eventually, I'm gonna probably work my way towards some of the distilleries. Such as what you just mentioned, and I think we have like 4.
Shelter Point.
Shelter Point is the big one that everybody knows across Canada, and they're on Vancouver Island.
What's that?
There's one in the interior that gets pretty good reviews. They actually do a bourbon as well. What are they called? I can't remember at the time. But yeah, and as well as beer. I've found that certain beers are honestly awful with cigars, but there are select beers that go really, really well with cigars.
We do stouts all the time with cigars.
Yeah, stouts tend to go well. Brown or amber ales I find actually go quite well.
That's my go-to, man. It's a nice red ale.
Yeah, for sure. And I find and one of the more popular ones nowadays, at least here, is the what they call like citrusy IPAs or what do they call them?
Hazy.
I'll pass on him. I'm not IPA, man.
He had one the other day, though.
Not bad either.
I'm not a big IPA fan, but the hazies, because of that citrus base note, they cleanse the palate. They're not the best pairing. Like, when you take, say, a whiskey and a cigar and you bring them together, it almost like raises the level of both experiences of drinking the whiskey and smoking the cigar. I find when you pair a hazy IPA, it tends to just cleanse the palate, almost like a water would do, but give you a bit of that fruitiness. At a regular IPA, honestly, just tastes awful with a cigar, and it makes the cigar
another Mombacho.
You got one right there.
No, I'm going to try a different one.
Okay. Yeah. All right, fine. I'll take over. I will point out
the second one.
I just started my second one.
What are you doing for your second?
I'm doing the exact same thing. I'm having another Diplomatico because I'm still drinking rum on top of this Lecheg. Josh has gone to get something else because he's got a few others. I wanted to point out that I snubbed that last inch because that's what it was. It was an inch left. I should have shown, but I didn't. Yeah. I snubbed that at 1:12. So an hour and 12 minutes I got out of this. That's it's pretty impressive.
Yeah, I'm let's see here. I'm just hitting that second band, and when did I come in at? Like 20 minutes, 15 minutes?
Something like that, yeah. So you're just under an hour.
It's under an hour, and yeah, like you said, again, burn line's looking pretty good. Little wave there, but again, I'm outside. It's rainy. It's windy. I think I've done one relight because I think I went on a tangent there and forgot to puff on it.
Happens.
It wasn't even a relight. It was more like the whole thing wasn't really burning, and I just needed a slight touch up there. And yeah, again, I just. And this is, again, why, and the same reason why you guys, I'm sure, are jumping on with the whole ambassador or the whole, promotion program with Mombacho is they aren't in brick and mortars, so they don't get the exposure of someone walking in off the street and being like, "Oh, that's a cool looking cigar. I'm gonna try that." The way they get around is by like something like this. You and I talking about it, talking to other people, being like, "You should just try this." Like, I really like it. And again, I smoke anywhere from, I don't know, what was basic Cuban stuff to, as strong as Dunbarton Tobacco and Trust, right? Steve Saka putting out.
I just had some of those Umbagogs.
Yeah, Foundation, some of those big, strong guys. And I can still sit down with this, and it's just great flavor,
So I said it on the first one that I kept rolling the ash off. I'm going to take the risk, and I'm not going to care. Spill it on myself. Yeah. It is what it is. So we're going to see how long I can get this one to go. And it is burning absolutely perfect just off the light. So
yeah, great line there. Great line for sure.
Yeah. What'd you get? Ooh.
That's if I end up staying around and lighting up a second, that's what I'm going to light up. That looks like is that the Robusto size?
Yeah.
We're only going to be going for less than an hour. We're cutting this off at 2 hours today because I sadly have to work tomorrow.
Me too. Last day.
Gross. Yeah. I can be slightly hungover for my job, but it's not advised.
I always stop at 13 pours of straight Scotch for work days. Oh, I was going to punch this just to see. I forgot. Thankfully, I forgot.
Oh, well.
Liga Maestro, for me, is my favorite blend by them. I tend to get just wonderful wood. Bit of that
my
natural
favorite as well, man.
It's got a I'm pretty sure it's a jalapa wrapper on it. So when it touches your lips, you just get that natural tobacco sweetness on the lips, right? It just is right there. You lick your lips after puffing it, and it's really nice. Like I said, wood, bit of earth, great sweetness, super balanced, and it's nuanced and complex. It goes with everything. It's just medium plus. There's a reason I think multiple sites rate that thing anywhere between like a 90 to a 92. I think Cigar Aficionado is rated at 90 or something like that, 91, 92. So,
they are, well, like you said, it's not well known enough. And you know what? I'm kind of okay with that because if this blows up and becomes super popular, they're going to have a supply issue, and then I'm going to be cranky. So,
yeah, exactly. I know it's a fine line, right? Of
you want people to know about your hidden gem, but you don't want them to fuck it up for you.
What a draw!
May 2020.
Beauty. This is a beauty too, man.
Oh, Ben is here. Ben, the Demon Hunter, is here.
The Whiskey Explorer. Did you hear what I said about that Kilclaren? Because my wife and I are renting a cabin in the woods down by Calgary for Christmas.
You know he's on Vancouver Island.
Yeah, but I'm going to open it during then.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, you private message him and he'll hook you up. Well, I mean, we're an hour and 23 minutes into this. Were we gonna?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why not?
Okay. So we're gonna do a giveaway. We're gonna give away one of these cigars, and we're gonna give away an empty bottle that looks like it would be filled with this because, you can't give away alcohol.
An empty 1 ounce bottle.
Yeah, a 1 ounce
don't
bottle.
Get confused with a fucking 26 ounce empty bottle here.
So, yeah, we don't plan shit, unfortunately. We're very unorganized.
I got a trivia question right now.
Do you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Man, someone's going to get it.
Okay, so sadly, if you weren't here from the beginning, you might not know.
Yeah,
but,
if you weren't here from the beginning, too fucking bad. You should have showed up earlier.
So here we go. Here's going to be the question for a 1 ounce empty wink. You can see my exaggerated wink. Empty bottle of Diplomatico rum.
Empty
and
1 ounce bottle.
And a Diplomatico cigar. Please tell me what the date is on the back of that band.
The cigar that Ty and I smoked. When was it rolled?
First one to type it in.
The first one that shows up here is who wins it.
We've had this issue. The first one we read, we'll look at the numbers. We're watching carefully at the times they're posted. The first one to say.
We need month and year.
Yeah, month and year on the back of the band here. We'll get that.
Yep.
Yeah.
We showed it. Simple. Yeah, we showed it. We discussed it. Yours was May something, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
The Whiskey Explorer has a incorrect guess.
Yeah.
I remember what it was.
Yeah, you
can't win.
You don't count, Mitch. I'm sorry, buddy. We'll send you something else.
We can send you notes anytime.
There it is.
Oh, Whiskey A.
Whiskey A.
Whiskey A. I'll throw in a sample of the Lacheg as well because we were drinking that tonight. Empty
there it
sample.
Is. November 2020.
Cool.
Whiskey A. Why am I having a brain fart on who Whiskey A is?
Whiskey A, tell us who you be.
Yeah,
You're very close, Whiskey Explorer. You're it's still November. You should have guessed
in BC, right?
Yeah, I just forget who it is.
Yeah. You missed the beginning, the Whiskey Explorer. You said December 2020. Maybe we'll do another one when I finish this cigar.
This is what happens. We start drinking and then we just get ridiculous.
Yeah.
Should we also explain what the discount is?
Yes, I think we should.
Okay, so if you go, is it currently live right now?
Live, tested, working.
If you go to Mombacho website and order whatever you want, anything over $200 is free shipping.
Yep.
And if you put in the code Heathens, Heathens. I don't know where. I guess it would be at the end. We'll ask for a discount code.
At payment.
At payment.
At checkout.
So when you go to pay at checkout, where the code is, put in the code Heathens, and you will get 15% off your order.
Moving forward.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is nice because I also order tons from Mombacho and I'm going to use my own discount now.
That's good stuff.
That is very exciting. Yep. And that's in celebration of 800 YouTube followers.
Yeah, we hit 800 all natural without any advertisements.
That's pretty good, man.
Mostly because
we're happy with it.
We don't know how to get advertisements.
So, Whiskey Explorer is asking us, the Whiskey Heathens, how does that Diplomatico compare to the regular release? And I'm going to assume he's talking about the cigars. You did miss the beginning where we were talking about it. This was blended to pair perfectly with this Diplomatico rum. That rum that you see there with these cigars you see here. And it works. It just works. It's pretty great. My ash is starting to bend slightly to the side, but we're going to keep it going.
Whiskey A, Brad Meyer.
Brad Meyer. Yeah. Okay. The guy from by the comb, Brad. What is that sentence? What?
You know what?
The guy from by Lacombe, Brad. Okay. I think he's saying he lives near Lacombe, where we could deliver this in person almost, I believe.
I'm going to post this in here.
Okay.
So we can post it up.
Oh, the rum, he means. The rum.
Oh, he means the rum. Okay.
I don't think I've because this is they consider the Reserva, right? They have another, I think, like an orange label or something like that. That's like a regular.
Yeah,
I've never had
Reserva Exclusiva, and I have never had the other rum, so I don't know. Yeah, I couldn't tell you.
From things I've read, pretty much everyone says just pay the extra and get the Reserva. It's really good, man. I'll definitely go back to this. I'll definitely try it with a few other cigars. It's not bad. It's one of the better rums I've tried. Like we said before, both of us not really rum drinkers. We get these kind of weird aftertastes. It's just really sweet, but yeah, this was just really nice.
It's just working. It just works. I don't know what magic they performed. I don't know if it's kosher, if they put some spell on it, but it works.
I think they might do over $250 for shipping right now, or $240.
Not bad.
$250.
$250.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, let's type it in again, but correct.
Yeah, do that.
All good.
Wait, copy and paste that.
I can't.
Okay.
You copy and paste it. Oh.
You can remove it.
The regular is the orange label.
Yeah, that's what I thought. The regular, orange label. The red orange.
We were supposed to get an extra age Diplomatico with our spirit release this year, but it didn't come. Yeah.
He's in BC, right?
Yeah, he is. Yeah, Vancouver Island.
Yeah, we had a lot of bottles come late or just not show up at all for our release this year. This was just a couple weeks ago, actually. We had, so in BC, they do an online pre-order, which is a gong show. Everything pretty much sells out within like 35 seconds. Last time I tried to do it, it took me 35 minutes just to load the page. And by that time, everything was gone. And then there's an in-store release for some bottles. And again, a lot of people line up, but they tell you not to, but they line up a day early or so. And then, raid the store. I'm not a person. I'm really not one to kind of do that kind of stuff. For me, it's like, it's whiskey. I really like it, but I don't like it enough to sit in line for 24 hours. But to each his own. Some people do really like to do that. And there was a tons of stuff. Like I went later on that night and talked to them, and they were like, "Oh yeah, this bottle never showed up. This bottle never showed up. Bottle never showed up." Again, the 1920 from Old Forester was on that release, and at my store it was sold out. But
we got that last year, didn't we?
Which one?
The Old Forester 1920 Prohibition style.
That's always around here.
Yeah,
again,
that's readily available for us.
Yeah, it's readily available in the United States. It actually really, strangely enough, I don't know why it's not really readily available here. I don't know if they plan on making it readily available here. Like prior to last year, another one that was Colonel E.H. Taylor by Buffalo Trace.
Oh, yeah.
That in the United States is like a readily available bottle, but it's like kind of rare now because so many people want it. It's now a regular stock shelf thing here. Maybe Old Forester. The only other Old Forester product we actually had in British Columbia was the standard, was it like 86 proof or something like that?
Oh, yeah.
We didn't get any other Old Forester products. So this year they went really
single cask picks from stores and stuff here.
So that's what, I don't think they actually did a store pick for Old Forester, but this year they got the single barrel, the 100 proof, the 1920, the 1886 or whatever. Like they got almost the whole Whiskey Row lineup. And I don't know if they plan on kind of keeping that readily stocked now. But in terms of barrel picks, the three main barrel picks we get here are Buffalo Trace, just your standard Buffalo Trace BCL pick. We get a Blanton's.
Talk to Gino, buddy.
We get a Blanton's pick. And I think sometimes we get a Jack Daniels pick. And sometimes we get a, what is it called? Like 1970 something pick. I forget the
There
brand.
you go. Talk to Gino, man.
Yeah, so EU here in the chat, you can't see him. He's on Instagram, and I believe it's Sarcastic Arse.
Yeah.
Reach out to him on Instagram. He'll gladly hook you up. He's very generous with his bourbon.
Nice. Thank you.
Yeah.
It's all about networking, G.
So recently,
for a moment.
This weekend, I was down in Calgary, and I was hitting up breweries collecting beers for the winter. I went to a couple of distilleries and breweries and liquor stores, and I was in Kensington Wine Market. There was a young lady there from Ontario that was traveling, and she was picking up some stuff. And I don't remember if it was Blanton's or E.H. Taylor they were talking about, but they said they don't even bother trying to get it anymore because it's allocated on the contingency of buying Fireball.
Yeah. Wow.
I don't know which one it was, but they have to buy so much Fireball to have the ability to order that. And they're like, we're not going to stock that much Fireball because fucking gross.
Who stocks that much Fireball?
Exactly. So that's the problem. So it's these shitty little stores that'll sell all this Fireball and nothing else that'll just get these wonderful
Smeared
bottles.
Ben Demon Hunter.
It's really sad.
It's Gino. That's his heathen name. Eugene is his birth name.
Whiskey Explorer. Yeah, I'm looking. I know a couple stores in town have that Kentucky Spirit. I'm hoping they just got a big shipment in. I'm hoping that they keep it in stock. I'm gonna try to grab some after Christmas. I've heard really good things about Kentucky Spirit. I've got, obviously, it said Wild Turkey 101 here. I've got Rare Breed inside. I'd say Wild Turkey is one of my favorite distilleries, so I'm really excited to try the Kentucky Spirit. Hopefully they have some in stock after Christmas still, because, yeah, I really want to pick that up.
So I'm just, a lowly bourbon guy. I'm not a huge bourbon dude, but I thoroughly enjoy, even though it's kind of a gimmick and a celebrity endorsed. I really like the Long Branch. I really do.
I don't want it.
Yeah, I actually think it's really good whiskey.
Yeah, I don't think I've tried it. No, I haven't tried it yet, and it does get mixed reviews. Obviously you pay a premium for having
Matthew McConaughey's name,
on it. But everyone that tries it says it's good, right? Is it worth the dollar value? That's always the debate. No one ever says this is bad. No, I've never heard anyone say, like, they drink and they go, "Oh, this is terrible." Whereas other, like,
you know what I say to people? Are you okay trading it for your money? Right? Because you gave someone your money, they gave it to you. Are you mad? No? Then great success. Right? But if you're like, you know what? I wish I didn't spend my money on that. Then I'm like, okay, that's a disappointing whiskey. But if I don't mind spending my money on it, man, then we're good to go.
So I'm just going to interject because we are talking about cigars and Diplomatico.
Mm-hmm.
It's holding. It's holding well.
Nice. Look at that, Ash. Yeah.
I'm going to try to keep it going. We'll see.
I'll just answer EU here real quick. I've never tried Master's Keep yet. A little out of my price range at this point. I might grab a bottle eventually, but yeah.
If you're ever in Alberta, we'll give you one of our Heathen discount cards so you can get special prices off liquor stores and stuff.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you.
I don't think y'all have Wine Beyond and shit like that in BC.
So, I'm gonna say something that might make people hate me, but
that's fun. Say
it's
it.
It's a hot take. I don't like Eagle Rare.
Me either.
Me neither.
Yeah,
that's all right.
We reviewed it. Yep, we gave it a negative review.
We reviewed it last winter and made a beautiful video, and I haven't released it.
Yeah, because
I didn't give a shit.
Yeah, me too. Yep.
It's I find pretty much like most of the other Buffalo Trace offerings are better, and I understand that Eagle Rare is like semi single barrel, right? It's like technically not because they flow over, but yeah, I have a bottle. I haven't even finished it yet because if anything, I just give samples away to people who want to try it, and I don't know. It's not people rave about it, especially in the US, and even here on the
regular Buffalo Trace. Huh?
Yeah, it's okay. Again, every day of the week I have Wild Turkey 101 over any of that stuff. So
I have an open bottle of Eagle Rare in my upstairs bar. I have like multiple bars in the house because anyway, the stuff upstairs is like my regular drinker stuff, and I have it on display for anyone that comes by. It's like, yeah, fucking take your fill. The only rules at my house I learned from Josh is don't open a new bottle and don't kill a bottle.
Yep.
But anything else is there.
We can open a new bottle or kill a new bottle together.
Yeah, I'm saying if I'm not there.
Yeah, just don't randomly open or
So we had this Eagle Rare come up in conversation. I think it was even last week. Somewhere online, people were talking about it, and I was like, let me just give it a try. I didn't even want to grab a glass. I grabbed the bottle, I popped the cork, and I took a swig, and I put the cork back on, set it down. It was still in my mouth, and I swallowed. I'm like, okay. Yeah. Just don't give a shit. There's nothing about it that excites me.
No.
Whiskey Explorer too just said, but guys, the store pick of Eagle Rare that I had was awesome. Yeah, but that's a store pick. So that's something that they picked very specifically because they enjoyed the taste and thought their customers would. Right?
Yeah,
That's a little bit different than the. Yeah, so I can see that maybe being delicious, right?
Even Eugene said store picks are way better.
Yeah.
Very rarely even. It's reminiscent of the original, core line, but tends to be very, very different.
I'm experimenting here too, folks. I put a hell of a lot of water in this Latag, something I don't usually do, but it's 46.3%. And
it's got the color of grapefruit. It is
unreal.
pink.
And I have put about 1 part Latag, 1 part water in here.
Damn.
Just to see, because I've never done that. And man, it is holding up.
That's pretty good.
All right, we're down to the first band. I'm going to try to take this off and let the ash continue.
Beauty, man.
Yeah.
Wow.
Let's see.
That's pretty good, especially for such a skinny Vitola, holding on to that ash like that.
Man, beauty. Didn't even
move.
No.
Yeah.
Hey, just see if it's a rogue one. Oh, it's on the other label.
Yeah,
might be like a random rogue one that slipped in
into a different box.
Yeah,
I doubt it.
Oh, you're almost down there too.
I still have a bit of time on this, and again, Petit Corona, and we're going on, an hour plus, and I've been bumping on this thing.
Man, I went an hour and 20 minutes almost.
I got 1 hour 13 on mine.
There you go.
Yeah,
it's crazy. People say that's like
nice save though.
There it is.
Nice save, yeah.
Talking too much with your hands.
Yeah, I get that way when I drink. Apparently, I become Italian.
So I used to call me a spilly bitch, and I still am.
I used to do drugs. Still do, but I used to too. Pull that off.
Store picks Elijah Craig small batches taste the difference.
Grow up.
I haven't had an Elijah Craig small batch store pick. It is one of my favorite core lines, Elijah Craig. It's a solid. Excuse me, it's a solid just go-to. I love Elijah Craig.
Why are we talking about bourbon again?
Because the whole chat has been bourbon since we mentioned
it.
We
really tipped the scales into bourbon. So
it's
your
fault,
favorite
guys.
bourbon, would you call your favorite bourbon Wild Turkey 101?
So as a daily sipper, by far, it's the one I go to all the time. Rare Breed, though, being like their cask strength version, just offers that extra ABV, that extra mouthfeel that, you can pour a quarter of the amount and it can last all night for that Rare Breed. So if I was to say so far, my favorite out of no price point held back would probably be Rare Breed. And it actually comes in at under $100. I think it's only 70 something a bottle, which is really good for, I think it comes in at 116 or 120 something proof. I don't remember. I've got a bottle on my shelf, but Rare Breed. But Wild Turkey 101, like I said, I go to anytime I try a new cigar. I have water, a Fentimans, and I have Wild Turkey 101 because that's kind of my trifecta of things to pair with.
That's your ritual.
Yeah. So everyone, I want to know from all y'all, what is your favorite bourbon? Mine is Bellamide brandy cask from those 75-year-old.
That reserve?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's good shit too.
100-year-old brandy casks or something, man. It's just stupid good. Someone said Boulder Sherry. Not to give anything away, but we're doing our whiskeys of the year coming up here very soon. And we're doing our American whiskey of the year. And some runner-ups and stuff. And who knows what could have snuck in there.
Well, just following this chat for the last hour, I feel like I'm formulating a plan in my mind that we're going to do a bourbon extravaganza live, and we're going to have all our favorite guests on, and we'll do it in 15-minute stages.
Yeah,
and we'll gather all the bourbons we have, and we'll bring them out here. And then when each guest that comes on, we'll try to drink the bourbon that they pick, and we'll talk about it 15 minutes each person, each bourbon, and we'll just do a big old fucking one where we don't have to work the next day, and we'll see how long we go. We'll stop when there's no one left.
Yep.
I hope I'm invited.
Oh, you're invited. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. We have a perpetual invite here, so anytime if we're live and you're free and we see the message, sometimes we might miss the message. A lot of people sometimes post and we don't get to see it in time. But if you're around, man, we'll have you on.
I think we'll have
2 rules. You must have good sound. You must have good light. We're not going to be talking to a ghost, and we do that in private. And we're just going to kick you the fuck out of here, right?
Well, I think we'll have a couple of local people.
But this is perfect. I
like
love this.
Eugene, our bourbon guy.
I hope the rain isn't too bad.
Yeah, we'll have you on, and we'll do Wild Turkey 101 maybe, and then have Gino on with some lovely samples that Gino has provided to us.
Oh, Andrew brings up an excellent point. Woodford Reserve, the double oak.
Double oaked.
Dude, I don't know anyone who doesn't like double oaked. It's just
it's so good.
Okay, listen, I got to interject something very important here. Eugene's been plugging very important points all night, and he just said, do not forget to smash that like button. Gino, man, you better be careful because you're on the fast track to become a moderator in this bitch. Okay.
Hey, so while you're at it, don't forget to subscribe.
Yes,
that's
please
right.
do.
Yeah, please
Mitch,
do.
like you've said a lot of really intelligent things tonight. And I think that was the best thing you've said so far. But honestly, we're very happy that we finally, you and I have been chatting on Instagram for a bit here, and it's been really difficult to line up a schedule that works for everybody. And this just so happened to work out beautifully tonight. So
yeah, for sure. For sure.
Well, I will say Whiskey A. Hit up Josh in the chat to claim your prize.
Yeah, not in the chat, in Instagram.
That's what I meant. Not on Instagram, and we will do our best to try to hand deliver that. I'm going on a trip out to Winnipeg here early in the new year, end of December.
I've got some pretty rare shit.
I'm only going to Brandon, as far as Brandon. Actually.
Brandon, Manitoba. That's where I got them 18-year-old Glendronach.
Well, that's where I'm headed. So,
I'll put you in touch with some snipers.
Maybe because I'm doing a solo trip to meet someone, and maybe I'll dip through Lacombe and hand deliver it.
That'd be awesome.
We'll arrange something.
Yeah.
Did you want to do another one?
We could. Yeah.
It's up to you. It's up to you.
Yeah. Why don't we when we hit the 2-hour mark here in 10 minutes? Let's do another giveaway. We'll start thinking of something that we can actually, we'll give someone else.
I already know the question.
Okay, perfect.
I got it. Okay. You had to have been paying attention to this chat to know.
Good, because there's a lot of people that's been here with us almost 2 hours now. So we'll give away a Diplomatico rum, a Diplomatico cigar, and I'll throw in the Lecheg, both Lechegs.
Oh my God, look at that. So
I've been drinking Lecheg tonight. So one's from the 90s, one's brand new.
And you even get that Sinclair?
You cannot get any of those anymore.
No. Whiskey A isn't on IG. Oh, did he say that? Or we just don't know that?
He isn't on Instagram? Yes, he is. Whiskey A, you're not on Insta. Is that true?
Then shoot us a...
I don't know. What the fuck?
Shoot us an email.
I don't know how you're going to contact us.
Well, I guess you can't win then.
Yeah, never mind.
Can you private message on YouTube? I don't even know.
You can email us. Okay. You have a job in Fort Mac starting in the new year. Oh, dude, if you're going to be in Fort McMurray, stop by.
Yeah. You'll get a better prize package.
Trust me. Stop by. We don't have to.
Unless you're doing fly in, fly out, then you're kind of fucked.
So I got probably an hour 20. It's just kind of done now. I could probably relight and maybe go another half an inch, but we're coming to the end of this, and Corona, man.
Yeah. I mean,
I got about hour 20 out of mine too.
So I lit this one up at about half an hour ago, and I let that ash go, and I've been smoking it a lot faster.
Yeah, this one I'm smoking a hell of fast too.
How's that Liga Maestro? What are you getting out?
Beautiful. It's beautiful, man. It's I just purged it. It's lovely little burn.
Yeah, I love that blend, man. I love it's
The
it's
draw,
the one I always suggest
man.
to everyone.
The draw is unbelievable. Just a beautiful, thick, viscous smoke the whole time. It's rolling in my mouth. It's couldn't get better, man. I'd be curious to see how those Diplomaticos age over a year. I'm going to put 4 away for a year, and I'll smoke through the rest in a couple months. But I'll put 4 away, and we'll try this again.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, 3, 4, maybe 3, 4 boxes so far. I've never had to use my draw tool. You know, I open up, you know, I get a sampler of Cubans, and, you know, 1 out of 5 of those Cubans, if not maybe more, I'm, you know,
Yeah, we've dropped quite a bit, man.
And
Yeah. It's a pain in the ass, and it's not even guaranteed.
yeah. And
Sometimes I'll just be like, you know what? Fuck you. Fuck this. Boom. You're gone.
Into the fire. When we
Yeah.
have fires.
I'm going to light up a Mombacho. See, we're on the fucking topic of Mombacho. All right.
with that code, you guys can probably grab, you know, one of these beautiful cutters.
I have one. Yep. I have one in my truck now.
You know,
Lovely
it's got
little leather case.
fits in the pocket. You don't have to worry about snipping your fingers off.
True. Because that's a concern.
Well, if it's in your pocket, I'd be more concerned about other things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Your penis.
Oh no! I was saying like you cut your pocket and then everything falls through. And you lose
actually,
it.
that is more of a concern.
Yeah.
Penis would never fit in there.
Oh, there he goes. He's dying again.
Excuse me, everybody.
Cough into the mic.
Oh, yeah.
Go live. Yeah. So, yeah.
So that happens.
Sorry, I had to see that.
No, you're
What,
not.
I'm not even.
let's do a little cigar talk in terms of wrappers. What would you say your favorite wrappers are? I don't know if you guys are really into like getting into the.
No, not for me.
For me,
I love a Maduro, sure.
Yeah.
But it's not my go-to. I like a medium to full, not a full. Yeah.
I enjoy a nice Connecticut every now and then too.
I always enjoy Connecticut. Always.
Well, the funny thing, like you know, in the world of, you know, I guess social media, the Maduro gets a lot of praise. And, you know, in the I guess connoisseur world, it gets a lot of praise. But overall, bar none, Connecticut's or Shades or just lighter wrappers sell the best.
Man, I love a shade too. Undercrown shade, man. Like, that's beautiful. Now it's a little bit too light for me, that undercrown. But a lovely Connecticut, and I'm really up for a shade anytime too. If it's a light cigar, I'll smoke that anytime, anywhere. Summer, I'm smoking 1 to 3, maybe 4 a day.
You should, you know, now that you guys got that 15% off, you should look into Mombacho got this limit. It's like I don't know if it's going to be limited or not, but they call it factory release. It's a Connecticut. It's not on the regular page. I don't know if it's actually still on the website or not, but it's their only Connecticut they've released. And
I'd love to try that.
I think it comes in.
They just had a weird one come in.
Yeah, that Liga Maestro pre-release.
It's a pre-order of their original one from 2012 or something.
Yeah. They're coming out with some cool kind of like.
Yeah, we pre-ordered a bunch of that, man. I'm excited for that. Like, beyond.
I bet that's going to be really good.
I bet you too. It's going to be interesting. I'll smoke 2 and then save the rest for another year. I like aging stuff for a year if I can, and try it again.
Hard
No,
to
for
do
sure.
Sometimes it is.
If anything, you know, if you have the self-control, you know, it's the whole nice thing about buying a box is, you know, you can, you know, smoke 1 or 2, set it aside, go back to it a year later. And if you've got other boxes that you can pull from, you don't feel the need to really grab that box. And you can kind of go, okay, oh, and now it's been a year later, you know, you go back to this box and you're like, okay, it's been a year. And you go back through that rotation that you started a year ago of like, yeah, I'm going to try this. I'm going to try this one that I've been let. And then you don't go through that full box right away, right? And that's the whole point of like the collecting, right? It's just you get
at the very least, I'll try to leave 1 for a year. But a box of 20, man, I'll just burn through that.
Literally.
Yeah, like pun intended, I'll just hammer through, and then I'll have one left and be like, shit.
I know you don't like country music, but have you heard the Cigar song by Brad Paisley?
No, of course not. Yeah, it sounds fucking awful.
It's pretty good. So Buzz Monkey was
even
pointing
Brad
out
Paisley.
that I think you guys were talking about the Oscuro Blend C. That's what he's smoking right now, the 2012.
You had the 2013 version.
Was that what I had? Okay.
The orange one, right?
Yeah.
With the pigtail.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was 2013. I had 2 of those. I smoked one way back when I first started Mombacho smoking. I think Soupy might have sent me one. I'm not sure who sent it to me.
It was probably Soupy.
Could be. I might be getting confused.
Talking about wrappers, Ben said that he prefers his wrappers to be shot up. So I guess his favorite wrappers would be Biggie, Tupac, and most recently Young Dolph. I guess that's who he's going with.
Young Dolph, eh?
Yeah.
A lot of Youngs and Lils.
Yeah.
I definitely tend to lean, I'm definitely a Habano, like the medium dark. I really like broadleaf, Connecticut broadleaf.
Okay.
Connecticut broadleaf. So I think Ty mentioned you guys got some Umbagogs.
Yeah.
That's a broadleaf.
I got 2 left.
It's a really, really nice blend. The Micarita, which is the kind of like more refined version of the Umagog. Top 3 cigar for me. Top 3 cigar right next to the Liga Maestro.
I worked with a guy named Umagog.
Yeah, it's
it's like shut up. It's like, how the fuck am I even on this stupid show here?
Who are these idiots?
Yeah.
Oh my.
Oh my is right. Yeah. So again, now folks, we may have said this earlier. We've had people rotate in and out. Who's had Mombacho? I want you randomly ask me these questions. Who has had Mombacho? What's your favorite cigar currently? And how do you cut your cigars, folks? And if you've never had a cigar, let me know. I'm very curious to know.
Also want to know, who's your favorite whiskey heathen and why did you choose me?
If you guys want to get in that giveaway, we're quickly approaching that 2-hour mark here.
Yeah, 4 minutes. I need you to stick around.
Yeah, can you stick around for a couple minutes?
Me? Oh yeah.
Cool.
And
yeah, 2 hours. We'll give away Diplomatico cigar, Diplomatico rum, Lacheg from the 90s, and Lacheg Rojoa casks. The craziest colored whiskey I've ever seen.
That's Sinclair?
Not fake colored.
It's weird.
It's the craziest color.
Pinkish red.
You can't see it here, folks. It doesn't do it justice. Excuse me. Sorry for coughing all over you.
Oh, my God. Fuck off, Omicron. Omicron versus I8.
Remember Futurama?
Yes.
oh, yeah.
Davidoff Nicaragua Black Label Straight Cut.
Ooh, nice.
That's
I have one in there. Is that the one that comes in the tubo?
I don't know, but Andrew has expensive taste. Never had a Mombacho cigar before, but getting ready to place an order, I usually do a V cut. Well, Brandon, make sure you use that code Heathens.
Make sure you use the code and make sure you tell us your thoughts when it gets here and it gets accustomed to your humidor.
Eugene, are you being serious? You've never had a cigar? I think we had this conversation. I might have forgotten.
I was going to say, Gino.
Oh, yeah, totally kidding. Never
Weren't
mind.
you smoking here the other day?
Yeah.
Or was that
Never
Paul?
mind. He's just a flat-out liar.
Oh. Wait, isn't his name Sarcastic Arse?
Correct, yeah. Ben says he still hasn't broken his cigar cherry. He had maybe 3 puffs from a friend back in 2006.
2006? I wasn't even born. I'm joking.
Oh, here's a controversial subject in the cigar world. Mega Man 1010, the no cellophane.
Well, he's talking about that Davidoff.
Yeah, the Davidoff. Mine is a tubo.
So is that like? Oh, so it's just a
cellophane.
Cigar comes with no
cellophane. Mine's
You're talking about, do you leave it on in the humidor or take it off?
Yeah,
I leave it on. I also leave it on.
Oh yeah, gotta protect protect the cigars.
Always leave it on there.
Leave the cello on.
I used to take a lot of them off, but
not
not anymore.
Nope.
No,
I'll take
no.
it off sometimes, and like I had ours out tonight for several hours.
Yeah.
I would say many hours, just because I like to just have it out. I don't know. It's again part of the ritual for me. Right?
Yep, a little bit of that dry box, get it acclimated to the environment you're going to be smoking it in. It's
So
it's
Buzz
good for
Monkey
sure.
here, Soupy, is in disagreement. He takes it out of the wrapper.
No, now he may be saying as a joke, you can't leave it on because you're trying to smoke it.
If you're gonna smoke it, you can take the cello off.
I see.
Oh no,
Yeah,
he's saying story. You need to blend and age properly. So here's the thing. You know, the theory behind that is it does make sense. So if you plan on taking a cigar and maybe putting it in a specific box made out of specific wood, and you want it to meld in with that age, or say you've got like a bunch of different sticks and you want them to really meld in, taking the cello off can possibly make it happen faster and maybe deeper and richer because, you know, it's literally touching it. But for the most part, most people store their cigars, you know, beside other cigars, and, you know, they're ruffling through their humidor. And you want that extra protection, as well as the fact that it's going to keep its oils in there.
That's me, man. I'm moving everything around constantly.
Exactly. You know, if it's not in cello, even just like a little bump, you're going to get flakes of the wrapper coming off every once in a while. It's not the best, in my opinion. Taking the cello off, if the cigar already has cello on, it's just so much more effort, and you're leaving your cigars bare. There's no protection, and again, the difference is going to make an aging is not really worth it, in my opinion. The risk you're taking to damage and to do all these other things to the cigar. Again, if you're a person who's going to take like 5 or 6 and you're going to have a specific box that you're going to age it in your one part of the humidor, yeah, you can take the cello off and it'll, you know, take the aroma of the cedar a little quicker. But outside of that, you know, keep the cello on, man. Keep the cello on.
Mine's for protection, man. I rearrange and reorganize constantly.
And
and I'm looking for something to smoke constantly, and I'm rifling through.
Exactly. And, you know, very, very often, you know, I'm gonna give a cigar to someone, and having in that cello again, they're not gonna necessarily have the best protection for it. It's gonna help. It's gonna keep that humidity a bit more. Or say I'm going to a buddy's place, I'm going to my dad's, I'm going to a friend's. It's gonna help, just even though I'm throwing it in, you know, a travel case or, you know, a little box already. It's gonna just help keep it that much more protected, right? And it's gonna help keep that humidity. That's just my opinion, and yeah.
I have 2 separate humidors, and I keep all my infused cigars, like my Bouncing Betties, the Deadwood tobacco ones, the acids, any of those Drew Estates. I keep them in one humidor with some of my cheaper cigars. And keep all my good ones, Mombachos, my Cohibas, my Davidoffs, everything else in another humidor, completely separate from them, because I don't want those influences to cross, you know?
So, again, Soupy mentions the prevention of humidity from reaching the cigar.
I don't think that's true.
Theoretically, the cigar is aged prior to leaving the factory without the cellophane on, with the proper humidity. And it should really be, you know, once it's thrown in to its cellophane, it will hold that humidity better, and it will be kept in a humidor, and it shouldn't really change, right? And so that's why you don't really need to take it off. Now, mind you, if you get a dry cigar, it's probably not good. You know, it's probably already lost some of its oils, and whether or not you need to quickly, you know, bring back the humidity, you don't really need.
Soupy mentioned too, he said that's from Cigar Aficionado. So my take on that is you are the cigar aficionado, so do what's right for you, right?
Yeah, because that could just be an opinion piece, and that written by one guy. That's just one person's opinion.
Me, I'm leaving it on, man. I'm afraid of damage.
No, for sure. And you know, Cigar Aficionado also just put out a piece telling people to rub their cigars in vodka and
they did that thing with Arnold Schwarzenegger. Yeah. That's fucking stupid.
I've done it with whiskeys and tequilas before.
And again, whether
And
right
it's
or wrong.
fucking stupid, but it's fun. You know?
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun.
Yeah.
For sure.
I wouldn't dip a Mombacho in there, but I would dip something that I paid $6 or $8 for in there around there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm going to stop everything right now. We're at the 2 hour and 4 minute mark. So once
Giveaway
again,
time.
we're doing another giveaway.
Wait,
So
cue the music. Oh, we don't have any producers.
no music.
Yeah.
So we are going to give away.
Giveaway time.
That was beautiful, man.
We're going to give away a 1 ounce sample, empty, of the Diplomatico Reserva Exclusiva, and we're going to give away 1 Mombacho Diplomatico cigar. And you're going to get a sample, empty sample, of the 90s Lecheg and the new Sinclair Series Lecheg. So the question is, you got to type it, and I'm not going to be picky on spelling.
And it's the first
person that
we
it
see.
pops up, the first one we see in the chat with the date, the timestamp next to it, will win. The first one. Here's the question. Mitch knows the answer. Who blended this Diplomatico cigar?
Wow.
Who is the blender and creator of this cigar?
Wow. That's a tough question.
We will exclude spelling.
That is a tough question. Yep.
So there you go. First ones to throw it up there.
And you know,
Guys lax on the samples.
you might as well while you're doing that, you know, you might as well smash a like, subscribe, and you know, share.
There it is.
There's one.
What a guy.
I need both names.
Go ahead and hit
both
that
names.
like button. Go ahead and hit the like button.
Share
Subscribe.
your favorite whiskey, your favorite cigar groups. You know, bring them on over. Tell them, you know, this is the Canadian love over here. You know, tell them what Mombacho is all about.
Yep.
Yeah, get it on the Mombacho train.
Man, you could say 15% too. I mean, come on. What the fuck else are you looking for?
Exactly. Google's
Black
your
Friday
friend, guys.
sales here was only 10%.
So we'll give you 2 more minutes to type in that answer. First
Google,
one to get
Google
it.
Your friends, you know, I'm sure you can find it on one of those wonderful sites. You know, are you guys? Do you guys watch many podcasts, cigar podcasts, stuff like that?
Can you rewind these videos? Because if so, it's in the video.
Yeah, you can. 100% YouTube videos you can rewind. I don't know where the timestamp was, but 100%. You know, I love watching cigar podcasts and stuff like that.
I don't so much. I listen to more podcasts than anything, and cigar podcasts are more of a YouTube visual thing. So
Yeah.
I'm not too much up on it.
Yeah, there's some good ones. Like some of them, they just they incorporate some really fun topics. Some of them are just straight facts and more just, you know, wrapper, binder, filler. A lot of the times you get like interviews with, you know, if they did, there would be interviews with the guy who blended this cigar, you know. And
You can give us the answer now, Mitch. Who made this
Did
blend?
someone answer it?
someone get it? Oh, there we go. I think Brandon Wheeler was the first one.
Brandon Wheeler?
Yeah, that's Claudio Segroy. They obviously Googled it because if anyone heard the name Segroy, they probably would never know how to spell that. So
Okay.
All right.
Brandon, where are you?
Brandon is in Fort Saskatchewan, Sherwood Park area, I think.
Oh,
Yeah.
we can hand deliver.
We will handle
I
it.
can hand deliver on December 3rd or 4th.
There you go. You did Google it, didn't you? You fuck you. I forgot the answer myself, so
I
I'm good.
had no idea. I forgot immediately.
He's in Sherwood Park.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
I'll drop it off to you on December 3rd.
There you go. December 3rd. It's coming your way, Brandon. Reach
So-
out to Josh on Instagram.
fun. So right now, Mombacho, they don't really have a master blender. So like I said before, Claudio Segroy stepped down from the master blender and president role of the company. He's still working with them, making sure all the blends are nice and good, but he's on his own path. And yeah, so right now they're working with a bit of like kind of the people in the factory, but they're trying to use a new up and coming blender. Her name's Indiana. I think her last name's Ortez. She's the daughter of another master blender who actually I haven't had his cigars before. His name's I forget his name, but he's been blending for years, and Yeah, she blends a ton of stuff. The Psycho 7, I think was one of her first blends.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. And, so hopefully sometime next year, maybe the year after, they'll have some new blends out, either, limited releases or core lines that will kind of bear her name instead of Claudio as the master blender, and we'll see how that goes. It'll be interesting.
Well, in the words of Sean Connery, we named the dog Indiana.
Very good.
Yeah, not bad, not bad. All right.
Soupy wants to join the party.
Well, the party's about to end because we're at 2 hours and 10 minutes.
Let's bring Soupy in for 5 minutes, and we're signing off here pretty soon. So
all right, let's do that. I'll do this again. Copy to clipboard. Copy. Bam. There you go, Soupy. Hit that thing there with the thing. And we'll see you in the green room.
I think Soupy's smoking Mombacho tonight.
So before he jumps on, Mitch, where can people find you on the Instagram? We put it up at the beginning, but people have joined, obviously, coming in a little later.
Yeah, I'll plug myself. It's Mitch's Moments, MITCHS_moments. I think the moments I'm spelling with a Z at the moment. Look for me on there. I'm just posting everything. I don't only smoke Mombacho. Like I said, I really like Dunbarton Tobacco Foundation, My Father, Dom Pepin. I don't know what else have I been smoking recently. Some Room 101, but pretty much everything. Just some cigar content. Again, in the new year, I plan on doing some cigar pairings with local BC things, chocolate, coffee, whiskeys, beers. Hopefully do some series like that once a month through 2022 as things start to open up again, and get some people on there kind of pairing with cigars. And I'll also plug, I run a little Facebook group called what's it called right now? I think it's called the BC Whiskey Lovers.
Let's check it.
Yeah,
we'll find out. Clay's pointing out there's only 2 likes on this video, and there's 12 people in here right now. So what the fuck?
Thank you so much, Clay.
Yeah, it may not seem like much to you, but it means a lot to us. It feeds the algorithm gods, and they're hungry motherfuckers, and it helps us quite tremendously, whether you know it or not. So, Mitch, when you do start doing some of that local stuff, after you get a couple under your belt and you've posted a few, we'll bring it back on and we'll talk about your experiences with that.
Yeah, for sure.
Whiskey Lovers of BC.
Yeah, there it is. So I have a few guys throughout Canada. I mainly like to kind of more just BC local, just because eventually, again, once things kind of normalize a bit, I'm hoping to do, tastings, gather together, everyone bring a bottle. We'll do some blinds. We'll do some stuff like that, Scotch, whiskey, any spirits. And then obviously the fact that, I love cigars. So we'll probably incorporate that eventually in some sort. But it's a great, it's pretty local. So again, it's not super active, but there's a few great guys in there. We're all willing to, share samples. If someone's got a bottle they've been really looking for and someone else wants to try it, most people are very generous. So, trades all around, stuff like that. Great local community. You're welcome to request join in there, and that's where you can reach me.
Excellent. All right. Well, with that, let's bring Buzzed Monkey on here for the last few minutes of the show. And there he be. What's going on?
How you guys doing?
Pretty good, man. Nice and toasted. 2 cigars under my belt, multiple drams of rum, multiple drams of whiskey. It's been an excellent Tuesday.
Nice. Mitch, it's finally nice to see you on camera at the same time.
How's it going?
Good. I know we've chatted a bit on Mombacho. You guys talked a lot about Mombacho, and I was you brought up the Blend C, and I don't think either.
Connecticut, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm smoking now. That's the Connecticut blend. I picked up a 6-pack of those. And they're very light, easy to smoke. I would say that the only thing that I'm going to say that I'm going to say it's not the same is the wrapper is not as durable as the other Puro wrappers.
I'd say that across the board for most Connecticut's, unfortunately, it is a thinner wrapper.
Yeah.
You're gonna maybe find that if you're banging it up a bit, it's gonna
quickly.
It might crack, especially if you're going from different, really different temperature or humidity levels. Say your humidity is either really high or really low compared to your humidor. You're gonna get some cracks in the wrapper, unfortunately, with some Connecticut's. It's not guaranteed, but compared to, like you said, some of those, the Liga Maestro or the Diplomatico, they got a little bit of that more thicker, medium thickness wrapper.
And I'd say even in shipping, like when I received the 6-pack, although they were really nicely packed, because it's being shipped across, mail and all that one of them got a little damaged. Now, still smokable, but that little crack, when you get a crack, it's like anything else. It gets worse and worse as you smoke it, because the cigar expands with the heat, and then the crack becomes, and then it starts to unravel. But overall, very easy to smoke and very light, and it's a great entry level cigar for anybody going into Mombacho that wants a lighter smoke that's used to the Connecticut blend.
Yeah, I hope
Jeff.
I hope they incorporate it into their main line, because Connecticut's always great, to have in your core line. Like I said before, it's the most popular wrapper sold, so
Yeah, no, and I was eager to try it. Also, I picked up at the same time the Mombachitos, the light, the little minis.
You like those?
Yeah, we bought those.
Yep.
Great for the Canadian winters when you want to smoke something on the fly. If you have friends who smoke cigarettes and you want to join, and you don't want to smoke a whole cigar outside during a party or something like that, and they're great to have in your pocket. You bring 4 or 5 for the evening. They're just great. Or if you're, want a 15-minute smoke, they're great. They're great little things to carry with you. So that was something I picked up, a box of 50, very reasonably priced. I think they were like, I don't know, $75 or $80.
Yeah,
for a box of 50. I mean, they're still that quality, that full pure Nicaragua wrapper and blend. They're not the cheaply rolled cigars that you get with a lot of the minis.
Yeah, the Mombachito is actually, it's one of the only, like there are others out there, but it's one of the only kind of, I guess we call it almost cigarillo size, that are rolled by hand, and it's based off of the same blend that they use in the Tierra Volcan. So I think it's the same wrapper, and then they use similar, obviously, fillers. Obviously, it's not all the same fillers because you can only get in so many leaves, but it's based off the Tierra Volcan blend, and just kind of downsized into a cigarillo. But they're great, and most non-cigar smokers, you give them a cigar and they're going to get through halfway, and they're going to kind of be palate fatigued. You can hand them one of those Mombachitos and they'll really enjoy them. They'll get a nice premium smoke, but they'll be able to get through the whole thing. And honestly, even if they only get halfway, you as a cigar smoker don't feel like just gutted that they're just leaving.
Totally. That's what I gave Paul the other day, Gino. It's a beautiful cigar for a beginner, or it's a welcome little break from our day for any seasoned connoisseur,
Yeah.
Great piece for sure.
Absolutely. And like I said, it's nice to have that line. So, because sometimes you don't want a big cigar, and sometimes you want a little guy, for a quick smoke, and you don't want to compromise with the flavor, or loss of the wrapper, because it's cheaply crushed tobacco in a badly wrapped cigarello or something like that.
No long filler, no short filler.
Yeah,
I got these tiny little ones. They're called Timeless, and they're from Belgium, and they're exclusively made for Nat Sherman, and they are just the tiniest little 7-minute smoke. They're nice, but those Mombachos, a little longer. I can get 15 minutes out of that and enjoy it.
It's a 15-minute coffee break. I call it a 15-minute. I have them at the office, and when people go out for a little break or something like that, and you want to join and you want to have a coffee or something a little stronger in your coffee, then it's a great little coffee break cigar.
Sorry, I really gotta head out.
Yeah, we're heading out here too.
So thank you so much for joining us, Mitch.
Yeah, man.
We'll stick around for just a couple more minutes. But yeah, thanks for joining us, man. This was very informative.
Yep.
And we hope to meet up in person soon, hopefully in the new year.
We will.
Sure, yeah. Let me know if y'all are ever in the Vancouver region.
Camper out, man, for a week.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But thanks again, man. Your knowledge was excellent. It's
quite refreshing.
I learned some things, so that was appreciative.
Yeah,
And,
for sure.
Yeah, man. So when you do start doing more of that local stuff, we'll even before that, whenever you want, join us. We don't do lives as often as we'd like.
I may not be local, but I submitted an application to join the Facebook group.
Yeah, I'll definitely accept you guys. No problem.
Awesome. Thanks again, Mitch.
Yeah,
have a good
cheers,
night, buddy.
Man.
Cheers.
Take care, buddy.
Good night, Soupy. Good night, everyone.
Take care, brother.
So there you go, guys. That was Mitch
good.
Moments from Instagram.
That was good. A lot of knowledge.
Yeah, man. Very knowledgeable in the cigar business. He knew his shit. That's for sure. That's wonderful to see.
Yep.
Yeah, I started talking to him early on when I just came across Mombacho and made a few posts. He commented, we started chatting, and instantly saw that he had a wealth of knowledge and a love for Mombacho. So he was my first sort of person that I connected with on talking about Mombacho, who really knew more than. Because, when I found, and I talked to Josh about this numerous, when I came across it the first time, I was like, oh, this is the greatest thing in a long
Well, I was talking about it earlier, Soupy. You sent me a lovely sampler box, man.
Yeah.
And I fell in love immediately.
Yeah, I knew the minute that I smoked it, I was like, Josh needs to smoke these.
Yeah, you sent me a ton of cigars before.
Yeah.
And you had these handwritten notes, and it was quite lovely. And I told you what I really enjoy, what I didn't. And so when you recommend these Mombacho, I was like, hell yeah, man.
When I got to know your palate, I mean, listen,
Cheers, Andrew.
You've guided me in the whiskey world more than you'll ever know. So I felt like it was nice to recommend something,
Cheers, dog.
And I just received your package too. So that's it was a nice little opening. Success.
Crazy bottles. When they showed up,
you gotta tell them about what you send. Because
what'd you send them?
Tell everybody what you send.
There was Gordon McPhail cask strength Bunnahabhain. What a crazy, beautiful, strange color on it.
Yeah.
And there was a Cooper's Choice older Bunnahabhain.
2001.
Yeah. 16, 17 years old or something.
Yeah.
And I can't even remember the other one.
The Port Elgin.
Glen Elgin.
Cast Nation.
Glen Elgin, single cast nation.
Single cast nation.
Friggin' Cheerios or something.
Full bottles or samples? Or
yeah.
Oh, wow. Nice. Yeah. Nice package.
No, full bottles. Yeah. No, he sourced them for me. And you know what? I'm eager to try them. And
someone hand delivered them to his door. So we kept everything legal, right?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, man. It's nice to keep it legal, right? And
who is Angela Yu? That's a new person.
Hello, Angela. Welcome to the Whisky headquarters right here in Fort McMurray, Alberta, where it's always 5 o'clock.
Oh, I know who Angela is. She's also in Fort McMurray.
Angela, we'd love to have a dram with you.
It's not hard. I've met her one time, briefly. She didn't even get over her chair. It was, hello, nice to meet you. And that was it. I don't blame her.
Now, tell me overall. I didn't because I was late to the show. Tell me, because I had some other things to take care of that prevented me from getting on earlier. Give me your overall likes or dislikes of the rum.
Well, let's do this. We'll do our last little rundown for the night. Yeah, just a little recap.
Ty will do his thoughts. I'll do my thoughts.
Sure.
Yeah.
So I enjoy rum. Rum was one of my first loves.
Yeah. Wait. Even better.
Hey, hold that one. I'll hold this one.
Yeah.
There we go.
Right here.
So
the rum.
This rum that's not available in Alberta. I think it's the only province in Canada you can't get it. Ridiculous. We were able to get our hands on a bottle, and we got it specifically because we got these Mombacho cigars Diplomatico Cigars. Now, when we first heard about them, I thought it was either dipped or infused with the rum, something along those lines. But no, it was just blended to perfectly pair well with this rum. When we started talking about it and tasting it, what I came to find is with a lot of rums, they're sweet. You sip it, you get those flavors in your mouth. As soon as you swallow, it's a harsh drop off, and it just stays sweetness, and then it's gone. With this particular rum, when you swallow, what's left in your mouth, it's all gone. It doesn't just drop off a cliff. It slowly fades away in a nice gradual dissipation. Taking these cigars, which are the Petite Coronas or Petite Gordos.
Yeah.
One of those. Yeah, Petite Coronas. It was like a puzzle piece. It worked with the rum and just fit perfectly together.
Yeah.
It cut a little of that sweetness out of the cigar, that very subtle sweetness, and paired perfectly. And it's like magic. I don't know how they did it. I'm not a blender. I wouldn't fucking know how to do it. If you put everything in front of me, I couldn't do it. But they made it beautiful. And the cigar, my first one, I smoked 2 tonight. My first one lasted an hour and 13 minutes. For a Petite Corona, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
It just worked really well. I was very happy with it. And then I had some with the Lecheg, and it also just worked with that sweet peat that's in there.
That's a very sweet, delicate peat.
Yeah, that's soft. It was just nice all around, man. I'm becoming like a massive Mombacho fan. Like it's you know, like I've always been talking to people, and I always recommend an Underground Shade as a perfect beginner cigar that's just always consistent and good. These Mombachos, man, they're killing it. So I loved it. I'm looking forward to buying more.
Yeah, and you know one thing about Mombacho that I find different experience is that now it's happened every order that I've had. I get a personal email from one of the cigar, I guess, marketing managers right after my order, thanking me for my order.
They call you.
Yeah, and then a personal call.
Yeah,
you know, from Nicaragua. Now, the hesitation when I get a call from Nicaragua is that
Me too. At first, we were talking about this earlier.
But now, when I see Nicaragua, I instantly answer because
me too. I'm like, yeah, what's up, Mombacho?
I'm like, hi, how are you? Yes, I'm excited, and you know, and it's a very genuine call, and I think that's a step above any other company that I've ever dealt with.
So I agree, Soupy. And for me, again, when I posted this on Instagram, I had friends message me right away and was like, "You're drinking rum? What, like this is a serious thing here. Is
everything okay at home?
Yeah, there's a photo shoot. Like, what's going on?" And I was like, I'm excited for this because I'm smoking the Diplomatico cigar that was made to pair with this rum. And I'm open-minded. I'll try anything. Ty makes me drink all kinds of horse piss. And I'll try it all, man. So I tried this rum, and it wasn't sickly sweet. It was sweet, but there is like a bakery spice that was very enticing to me, paired with the cigar with that kind of waxiness on the back.
Mm-hmm.
It's to me, it's beautiful pair. Really enjoyed it a lot, and my cigar lasted about an hour and 20 minutes, which is unreal for me. That's
especially for a Petite Corona.
I'm a very, very quick smoker. We moved on to the Tag. I don't need to talk about the Tag. It was delicious to me. I know what I'm buying when it comes to the Tag, right? But I moved on to the Liga Maestro cigar, which is one of my favorites from Mombacho.
Mm-hmm.
The most beautiful draw, like just thick and viscous smoke the whole time. Just my favorite Mombacho. And I was converted to Mombacho when you sent me those samplers.
Yeah.
Smoked them all. And I was like, damn, every single one. New experience, delicious, amazing, quite lovely.
And
then I brought a box, and a box of something else, and something else, and something else.
And I sent you one sample of the 2015 Coseca vintage, which I'm not sure you did. You smoke that one?
Ty smoked that one.
Okay. Yeah, I think you mentioned that you got one sample from me of the when I bought a box of 10, I sent you one. And,
Yeah. So then that's the one I smoked, and the other one was in the sampler, right?
Nope. The sampler.
There was two at one point. Then where did I get that other one?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know.
I have
either.
no idea. I really have no idea.
Because
Maybe
the
I'm
2015, or maybe I sent you two. I probably sent you two.
Man, you might have sent me two because you sent me a cigar pack, right?
You know what? I sent you a bunch of mixed packs, and I'll tell you, I probably sent two because I think I would have had. I would have been
This Mombacho that I'm smoking right now, you sent me, as a matter of fact, in the other random sampler.
You know what? I don't think I would have sent you just one because I think Ty would have gotten jealous, so I would have sent two.
100%.
And
That's why I said pick your one, and I was kind of hinting, and you were like, "I'll try." Yeah, man.
I appreciate that. Thank you, sir.
And Angela says, "What's Lecheg?" It's LEDAIG, and it's Lecheg.
Yeah,
it's my
very
favorite.
confusing for the year. For the first time I saw it, I thought it was Ledag.
Yeah. One guy, I went into a liquor store, and I said, "Do you have any Lecheg?" And he's like, "Could you spell it?" I was like, LEDAIG. He's like, "Oh, you mean Ladage?" And I was like, "You bet your ass I mean Ladage. You got any Ladage?" And he's like, "Yeah, I do." And I was like, "Yeah." Call it whatever you want, homie.
Speaking of the Mombachinos, that's what I'm smoking now.
Boys are talking about the Devil's Sister
and the buckshot. Yeah. So, I'll briefly touch on that. We did that Devil's Sister peach. It was absolutely horrible.
Yeah.
And they reached out to me on Instagram and they said, "Hey, we loved the review. Sorry you didn't like the product.
Cool.
We understand that it's not for everybody, but you should try our 5-year Kentucky."
Absolutely.
So I've got a bottle on the way.
Fantastic.
So
what great news. It's a Christmas miracle.
We're going to give them another chance.
Yeah.
Festivus miracle.
Listen, this
Festivus for the rest of us.
Damn right, it's a Festivus miracle. This episode's writing itself, man.
Now, have you tried? I mean, there's been a lot of talk about Blue Run.
Yes, I've tried Blue Run.
The rye?
No, the bourbon.
Okay, they got a rye on the
So there's a 14-year-old, there's a 23-year-old, and they've just released a 5-year-old Blue Run.
Man, listen, okay, folks, unpopular opinion time. Blue Run, big fucking deal. Yeah. Everyone loves it. I don't care if I ever drank it again. Is it good? Yeah, it's good. It's good.
Not worth the dollar value.
$250 good? No. Greetings from Belgium. Whiskey Lovers Society. Thank you so much for joining us here in Fort Mac, Canada.
I was just talking about Belgium. Those timeless cigars.
Wow.
Crafted in Belgium.
Hey, Belgium Whiskey Lovers Society here. Go ahead and hit that like button.
Oh,
subscribe.
We've got 21 likes now.
21 likes. Thank you so
much. You never had 3 likes, by the way. When you said that, you had already 15 likes.
Oh, well, someone said it. I don't have a way to check.
Yeah, we don't know.
You can't ever get 3 likes. It's bullshit. You'll never just get 3 likes.
Whiskey Lovers Society in Belgium. What are you drinking tonight or smoking?
He's another YouTuber. I've actually seen his videos. Cool. He does a very good job, actually.
Cool. I don't watch
your channel, sir.
So my bad.
I do. I gotta check out what else is going on in the world. So yeah.
Folks, I also for people who want to just come here and take advantage of us and use our discount, you know what?
That's
Heathens,
okay,
man. It's okay. So I want to do a quick plug at the end of the video so someone can just watch the last 2 minutes if they have to. So as our heading here says, go to mombachocigars.com. Enter the discount code Heathens, HEATHENS, at checkout when you pay, when it's time to pay.
Yeah, there's a little bar that at the end says discount code or whatnot.
So enter that discount code. You're going to save 15% off your order moving forward off Mombacho Cigars, which we can't stop plugging. We fell in love with them, and we dove head first thanks to Soupy here. So over $250 US. There is free shipping, and if you're in Canada, there's a warehouse in Canada, so they can ship from the warehouse.
Ontario too.
So we do not have to worry about custom fees.
Oh, what an advantage!
Yeah, folks, I just ordered $140 worth of cigars from the States. It's labeled accordingly. It came into the post office, and I had to pay $432 to get it released into my possession.
The hostage fee.
So that is ridiculous. It's a hostage fee. And with Mombacho, you don't have to worry about that. You get 15% off. Go in with your buddies, save on shipping, and they build a monetary account for you. So every order, money goes into an account, and you can build up enough money to get free cigars.
I didn't even know that. Really?
Yeah.
You got to sign in. Just make sure.
Yeah. Well, see, we come and we smoke everything together anyway, so it doesn't matter, right?
Just a tip for those who are ordering: when you do, if you want to take advantage of the point system, which I highly recommend, do create an account and sign into your account before you make your order.
Yes,
because that's how they track your orders, and then you also get a history of all the orders. You can look back.
They give you a savings account.
Yeah, it's a savings account, so you can then put that towards Mombacho.
Way better than crypto.
Yeah, I currently have $37 in my savings account.
It's the new crypto. It's Cigaro.
So when I cash those in, all the boys that went in on the cigars, man, we're saving another X number of dollars, right?
Wicked.
Yeah.
How can you go wrong, man?
No, and totally worth it. Now, the discount doesn't apply to shipping costs. That's added at the end. But just go over your $250, and then you won't have to worry about that. Make it worth order $250.
Make it worth the order, yep.
Well, Whiskey Lover Society, you joined us at the very tail end. Good morning to you, sir. I hope you enjoy your coffee.
Good morning.
Perhaps you have it with a cigar.
And good night.
But yeah, we got to dip out of here. It's been 2.5 hours. I got to work in the morning.
Yep. As do I.
But this has been fun. Thanks for
fun.
joining us at the end, Jeff. Soupy, Buzz Monkey.
Thank you for having me.
All the names.
Yeah, I'm sure this is not the last time you're going to be on the Whiskey Heathens live YouTube show.
I'm always honored to be a guest on your show. You got a great show. Hit those likes.
Flattering will get you everywhere, okay?
It's all truth, brothers. All right.
Cheers, Doc. Cheers, y'all. Everybody,
I got a little bit of rum left.
Cheers, my dog.
Cheers, brother.
Boom.
So thanks again, everybody. And do us a favor. Share some of these videos. Go back, watch some of the older ones,
Share it on Facebook. That's a whole new audience. Like, subscribe, hit that bell. That's the good shit, man. That's what the algorithm wants. Feed that algorithm.
And congratulations to our
anybody new to cigars that wants some advice. I'm always happy.
Yeah, Soupy's down to chat every day about cigars, always.
So cigars, whiskey, anything to that. I'm happy to answer questions on Mombacho or anything cigars. So send me a message on.
And they can find you at Buzzed Monkey on Instagram.
Yeah, Buzzed Monkey, and I'm happy to talk about cigars and anything. All right.
There it is.
All right, everybody. Thanks again. Have a wonderful day.
Mombacho Cigars, Heathens, 15% off, folks.
Excellent.
Cheers.
Cheers, everybody.
And congratulations to our winners. We'll talk to you after.
Hit us up, Instagram, Facebook, however you got to. You need to message us, winners.
Okay. Bye, everybody.
Cheers.